This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed Martial A-Holes! MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, TGIW motherfuckers. That's right, Darren Till is hungry for a win at UFC 228. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. UFC news. It's hot. With the MMA. Holes! Yes!
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, and tough finale. Well, tough season 1, episode 28.
Yeah.
It seems to be the final season. We have it on right over here.
Yes.
We'll do a light reaction to that, and it is Whitaker.
What? Define a light reaction.
It's like it's like a light beer. You know? It's not the full beer. It's not a heavy beer. It's a light beer. You know, it takes the edge off, but it's light. It doesn't give you a bloated feeling. So we're gonna give a non-bloated feeling reaction.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I like non-bloated reactions.
Yes. Now, here's the deal. All right, we are in the studios, and let's explain what's going on right now. There's a couple things we want to talk about before we get this wonderful show on its way. This is TGIW. It's episode number 32, and we're going to start the show with Darren Till being fucking hungry for a win.
Yeah.
Is he going to make weight? Is he not going to make weight? Well, we're going to discuss that tonight, along with other topics. JPH is over here. Myself, Mystic Moss is here as well. If you notice, I'm in a tank top. Jesse's in a tank top as well.
Because we're dying.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell him.
No, I was just going to say we're dying. You can go ahead and tell the story. I'm going to throw that out there. We're dying.
There's no air conditioning. Our air conditioning went down last night. Today we tried to get it fixed. And now tomorrow, there's a tech guy coming between 12 and 3. He's coming. He's gonna jerk off. 12 and 3.
That's how hot it is.
Yeah.
We can't even.
Well, yeah, the tech guy's coming tomorrow, and he's going to see if he can fix our air conditioner that we bought not even a month ago, and now it's dead. And well, it's not dead, it's just making a weird noise, and now we're literally sitting, it's like one of the hottest days of the year.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the summer, and so, you know, sweet baby Jesus is like, we're going to make it really hot because you're not going to have air conditioning. So now we have like 17 fans going on right now. 17 fans, 4 midgets in the corner with like giant like manual fans waving it, big feathery fans over there. Hey midgets, how you doing over there? We have a Cyclops. Darren Till is over there. Fucking Quint. He's over there. He's fanning us as well. You're fanning us. I see you guys are blowing into the YouTubes.
That's
I
what
feel
she
it.
said.
I feel it. We are also doing this as a podcast, right? We're doing this as a podcast. The audio to these streams is going over to Podbean.
I think that calls for a very special high five.
Well, not yet. I want to take a vote before we get this wonderful show going, because there is 2 swole hours of this shit, and you're stuck with us. Now, we are doing every single Monday show on Podbean as well. So a lot of people are like, you know what, we can watch your show, but some people watch it the next day, the replays, or some people can't watch it. Some people are driving, some people are fucking, some people are defecating, some people are doing things, I don't know, they can't watch it. They just want to listen. So Podbean makes it a lot easier. It's free. You can download it. It's on the website. And anytime we have a stream, a live show, we put the audio on Podbean, and now you can either listen or watch. The question is this. Do we do it for every single show? We were just going to do it for the Monday shows. But if you're going to listen to the podcast and you'd rather us do that, we'll do it for every single show. Hit me with the ones. Super chat. Harvey Weinstein.
Super couch. Anyone seen Knickers around?
No sign of Knickers.
I have.
Jesse, have you seen him?
Yes, indeed.
Now, speaking of the podcast part of the deal with this, the donations are even funnier on audio, right?
This is true. We listened to it last night when we were doing a test run, and it's hilarious, guys. It's the best. I think it sounds better not seeing it.
It is. It's so much better because you don't know what's going to be said.
Yeah, and plus you get the songs, and of course there's no animation, which I guess sucks, but it's
no, it doesn't suck. It's fantastic. Funny. It's funnier. No shit. It is funnier because you hear super chat, or you hear the song, and you're like, what's going to happen? You're like at the edge of your seat. You're listening, and then the cringe comes in, like Nick Gers or whatever the fuck you're going to say over there, interrupting the show. So if you do donate, make sure it's good for audio reasons because it is fucking funny as hell interrupting the show, making the MMA whore talk, and you have 2 hours to do that. All right, so you know what? I see one. I see Olympia Lowlife is in. One, Spread the Good Words is Drunk Savage. Only 2 ones over there. So Jesse, that means we're only going to do on Monday's show. Apparently you don't want to hear this. So fuck you. So how about that? Until we get enough votes. What we'll do is in the comment section after this airs, we'll take a vote. If we get enough of those ones, we'll get that party going. But you can get it on the MMAHoles.com. You can see this over here. It's awesome. While you're scrolling through the website, you could actually just listen to the show in the background. So if you're on the message board, you click this over here, and boom, you go over. Watch this. Nice and low.
Of New York, UFC 135.
You can just go through the message board and listen to the show. Fucking wonderful over there. We're really breaking boundaries over here on the MMA.
We try.
I see some more ones now. Wicked World, JLW, 2 Joints, Sean Hart. Okay, so we're not gonna take a vote later. Jesse, the tribe has spoken.
Yes. So all of them.
All right, good stuff.
You guys have just added to my workload. Thank you.
Yeah, it does suck. But you know what? It's a completely different show. You know, a lot of times, and I get this too. Like when I watch the replay, I pay attention to the chat a lot. I go into the chat and I watch what you guys say. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, well, there's a live chat going on YouTube. It's fucking hysterical. You get mesmerized and you forget what's going on during the show. You know, it's literally 2 shows in one every time we do this. So if you are obsessed with the chat room and just want to listen back and hear the super chats and want to hear what we think, well, I tell you what, it's kind of fun. Yeah. It really is kind of fun. You got 2 shows in one. So we're going to try the Podbean for a little while, throw it on iTunes as well, and keep that party started. All right. Keep that party going, I should say. Now that we got that all that boring shit out of the way, let's talk about fucking good old Cyclops over here, Jesse. Let's talk about it. Everyone get pumped up. Take your cocks and vaginas out because Darren Till says he will make weight, and he also says that whatever that means. He basically is saying all the haters out there, he's going to make them eat their words, no pun intended.
Wonderful.
And he's going to make weight, and he's going to fight Woodley.
Yes.
Now, Woodley, Jesse, Woodley says that if Darren Till doesn't make weight, they're still going to fight, and he will not fight Kamaru Usman.
Doubtful.
Okay, so now let me know what you think about that. Chat and Jesse, this whole situation. First of all, is Darren Till making weight?
Yes.
And number 2, and UFC 228 is next weekend. It's coming. It's right. It's coming all over our faces. So we'll be talking about that in depth even more. But is Darren Till going to make weight?
Yes.
And all right, so he is going to make weight.
Oh, for sure.
Now, let's say Darren Till decides, I'm not going to make weight. I'm not going to do it this time around again. And Kamaru Usman's like, well, I'll fight Woodley for that belt. Will Woodley take the fight?
I think Darren Till is going to make weight because, especially now more than ever, he's got nothing but critics, right? He even said he can't wait to say fuck you to the critics.
He can't wait. You're right.
So
he can't wait.
Wonderful.
I have a feeling even someone like his opponent, Tyron Woodley, wouldn't say that he has faith in Darren Till, thinking that he's going to make weight if there wasn't valid reason, right? So something tells me absolutely Darren Till is going to make weight this time. It's not going to be a fluke. I think they definitely see it coming. His own opponent sees it coming. So yeah, he'll make weight. If by chance Darren Till does not make weight and Tyron Woodley does not want to take on a fight with Darren Till because of that reason, and Kamaru Usman is a possibility, right? I highly doubt that Tyron Woodley or Kamaru Usman would disregard that fight.
What do you mean?
Because Tyron Woodley is constantly being bashed about his little how he doesn't want to defend his belt and he won't take on any fights with anyone. He was afraid of Colby Covington. He was afraid of this, afraid of that. That's the only reason he won't fight. If he wants to preserve that image for himself, I say he's going to take the fight with Usman. It might be all talk right now just to throw people off their game, but I say he's going to take the fight.
Now, Tyron Woodley said that he is training for Till. Shocker, because he's fighting Till. He should be training for Till. And he's the champion. He's the champ. And he can do whatever the hell he wants. And if he doesn't want to take a fight, he doesn't have to take a fight.
Right.
So he's taking a stand here. Now, I want to know in the chat what you think. Is Darren Till going to make weight? I say no, because I said it from the beginning. I'm going to stick with it. No! Edmund agrees. He says no as well.
Shame.
Jesse says, with Conor, she agrees with Conor over there. I don't think that's going to happen. And
why?
Kamaru Usman, well, he can't make championship weight. I've said it a
That's
gazillion
just the
times.
only reason? You just think that he can't?
No, he can't. He can't do it. He even said this weight cut.
You don't think that he has more determination now?
Oh,
more
fuck
than
yeah.
ever?
But he said this weight cut. He even said now, just being interviewed, saying he's having a tough time. But he's going to do it.
He's always having a tough time, but what fighters don't have a tough time with weight cuts?
He doesn't
Especially
belong at
bigger
170.
fighters.
He doesn't belong there.
Okay.
Now,
Chiesa doesn't belong in his weight class.
Yeah, but Chiesa's repeatedly make weight except for the last time.
You're gonna wrap one on
He's
one
always made
shoulder.
weight.
Then why didn't you say
You
it's
the
the
other
last
shoulder,
time?
and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Allahu Akbar. Hamdulillah. Hamdulillah. Not sure what I was voting for, but yes. 1. Even if Darren Till wins, he'll miss weight for his own title defense. How's he is a cyclop? He's that big, so scared to move up in weight? I thought he's the next coming of Christ.
There you go. Make that MMA horror talk. And that's right. If you're jumping in, we're gonna put this on the podcast as well. So the donations, you guys shine. The chat room can't shine on our actual audio podcast. So if you want to check out our podcast on Podbean, just type in the MMA Holes, or you go to the MMAHoles.com and you can see that there. And the MMA whore has spoken. Jesse, what do you think?
I just want to make a quick comment on that. I'm not going to carry it on, but I don't think he's afraid of changing weight classes. I think he legitimately wants to make 170. I think he genuinely wants to prove his doubters wrong.
Well, here's the funny thing. And the chat room is saying this too. Till is 6 feet, flat, tall. He should make 170, says Brian Roiger. And that's the funny part about Darren Till. Yeah, he's a big guy, but he's only 6 foot tall. It's not like he's fucking 6'5" or 7 foot. Darren Till is only 6 foot against next to Wonder Boy. They were virtually the same height. It's just the fact that Darren Till he's stocky. He's a big dude. He's not muscular. He's just massive. Like he has wide shoulders and he's just got a broad frame. So he should, in theory, make 170 right at 6 foot tall. It's not like he's a 6'5" behemoth. He should make weight. But I think his frame, his body type, the way he likes to carry himself outside of the cage, he's just not meant for it. Now, he's scared, Jesse. The reason why he's not going to 185 is Darren Till is fucking shook. And I'm going to tell you why he's shook.
Why?
Well, I mean, Kelvin Gastelum's a perfect example why he shouldn't be shook, right? But Darren Till at 6 foot tall is a manlet at 185. If you think about it, right? 185, you got some fucking animals at 185. Big dudes. Right? At 6 foot tall.
You can't use that theory. Just look at DC. He's a manlet in his own weight class.
And why I said Kelvin Gastelum. That's a perfect example of why you shouldn't be scared to move up, right? But here's the thing. I think he's shook. Why is he holding on to this 170 so hard?
Because he wants to prove people wrong. Nobody gives him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to making 170. We all know it. That he has more doubt than positivity when it comes to making champ weight. This is the way it is. He wants to prove. He even said it, and if you wouldn't believe anyone else who thinks that, at least believe in him when he was interviewed. Actually, just a day or so ago, when he was talking about how he wants to say "fuck you" to all the doubters. I think that is his main reason. I don't think he's scared. I think he knows he can go up. I think he has probably even considered it. I don't think it's out of fear. I think he legitimately wants to make 170.
I think he's a fucking cunt. I think he's scared. I think he's scared of it. Now, he did say he's going to take the belt at 170, and then he's going to go up and get himself... Ooh, hey. He's going to go up and he's going to grab a belt at 185. He already has plans for doing that. So what I think he's going to do here is he's going to try to run over Woodley, try to make that weight, run over Woodley, and then just evacuate. Leave. Right. Immediately leave 170 and go up and challenge for a belt. I think his days are numbered at 170. He just wants to grab the belt and get the fuck out because he does clearly have a tough time. He's young. He can keep putting his body through it, but there's just so long he can do that. So I see what his plan is. Yeah. I understand what his plan is, but I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Nothing has shown me that this man can make that 170 on the dot weight over there. Now, let's ask the chat, Jess. What does the chat say about this?
Let's ask the chat. Hold on 1 second.
Before you do that,
yes.
20 likes.
20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes, 20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes.
Yeah.
20 likes, 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes.
Let's do it again.
20 likes,
40.
20 likes.
Keep it going. Keep that party going. Fuck. 20 likes. One person dying of leprosy. We are live on YouTube right now. We're live on our website, the MMA-Holes.com. We are also a podcast now, so you can check us out on Podbean if you just want to hear our beautiful voices and the MMA whore speak sporadically throughout the show. Jesse, what's the chat say?
It's the MMA-Holes.podbean.com. I just thought I'd throw that out there for those of you guys who have not visited the website yet or do not know. The MMA-Holes.podbean.com. Xgoes22 says, yep, Shevchenko will kill her. Absrock says, bring back 10 more likes. Drunk Savage, Paulo Costa will kill Till at middleweight among other 185s. Almond Bro 74, that's 10 mo times foe. Isaiah Moore, I don't know if his body shuts down or doctors deem him unfit. His will don't matter. Olympia Lowlife says, my girl Valentina will be champion Saturday. Smash.
Smash or sex? Or she's going to smash?
Xgoes22 says, Chris, make a 1 like song so you can play that shit all day.
Imagine. All right, so hold on. 45 likes we have right now. 46. Oh, likey poo. Right, every time there's a like, how about we just say that we do
I'd
that?
rather not just
All
go
right,
without
47.
that completely.
Let's see. Hold on. If 47 comes, it's at 46 likes right now. At 47. Hold on. We're going to wait. We're going to wait for it. Wait for you can hear the humming of the fans if you're just jumping in now because our air conditioning is out. But Jesse, if we have 47 likes, we can sing the like song. So just keep an eye out for that. What else we got in the chat?
Mystic Mitch says, I want Diaper John 10 mo likes back.
Hold on, 49 likes. Oh, likey poo, likey poo. 48, okay. Likey poo, likey poo. 49, likey poo, like. Could you imagine? Every time
Please,
there's a like.
no, never. Dear God.
Wonderful.
All right, what else we got in that chat?
Likey Poo says, oh, Jesus Christ. Don't enable him, Olympia. Xgoes22 says, love it. It is a hit.
Likey poo, oh, I sang it prematurely.
Two Joints says, I love this show, but I hate myself.
Don't we all hate ourselves? I think that's why we're here, right? The whole purpose of the MMA Holes is so we all hate each other, right? Well, not each other. We hate ourselves, right? Like Two Joints said. So what we do is, 65 people get together, right? On Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. Well, sometimes Saturday nights and Monday nights.
Yes.
And we have a common bond here. We wake up in the morning, we look in the mirror, and I'm like, fuck you to ourselves. And then we all say fuck you to each other. And
we feel good about ourselves all of a sudden. for a nice 5 minutes before we start hating ourselves again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Marky Wahoo says, Paulo Costa versus Till at 185 is the fight. Vigo Stockholm says, I hate y'all. Xgoes22 says...
Costa versus Till. Hold on. Let's just think about that. Marky said that, right? Till versus Costa. Man, oh, man. I say Costa smash. Costa smash.
I say Till smash.
Stop it. Let's be serious.
You already know what I'm going to say.
Till at 170, like all joking aside, as much as I joke around about the weight or his voice or whatever, or his cyclopsness, Till at 170 could arguably be the best. At 170. I mean, I'm not taking that away from Darren Till. He's unblemished. He went the distance with Wonderboy, who Wonderboy's the shit, you know? He's not necessarily the most exciting fighter.
I'm not the biggest fan of Wonderboy, I'm not going to lie.
Well, he's a gatekeeper, right? He's a gatekeeper. But in fairness, the champ, Tyron Woodley, they danced
one shoulder,
for 5 rounds,
you
both
the other
times.
shoulder, and you're going to need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Licky poo like likey 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 poo. Make
singing
it
the song.
happen,
Let him
Mose.
sing.
Likey poo like likey poo.
You can't interrupt the
I
MMA
can
whore.
that's the worst. Why? Of all things you could have come up with, you come with the worst possible soundbite.
It's
the
51.
worst.
Yeah, but he did it because there was 51 likes over here.
You know what's the worst part about that?
Yeah.
Is not just the annoyance of the words,
I'm gonna wrap
but
one
the
hold on a
whininess
second.
in it.
I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off
the
me.
MMA whore.
Can you stream the audio live on Poopbean? I gotta head back to the hotel for an evening audition in 30. It's for a cheerleader movie and I got a big cast to sort out. I'm trying to save data since I'm a Jew. Thanks, Harvey.
All right, Harvey. So Podbean is not live, but what we do is
iTunes we might be able to do live though.
no, you can't. So after it, what we do is we rip the audio. No, you can't do iTunes live. But
Well, iTunes does have a live streaming option.
what? Does
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah. So the okay. Well, we'll get
Yeah,
into
why
it
we
after
we'll
the
talk
show.
about that later. But what we know is, as a podcast after the show, so on your morning drive or later at night, if you work nights, you can listen to the rebroadcast audio. So, yeah. So Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein, by the way, what do you think of our couch? We didn't have to get the cover yet. At the end of the week, we're going to get the cover, but we have pillows. So when we
We got pillows.
if that makes it any better, and we have the Mystic Moss jersey. Also, Isaiah Moore, where the hell is that piece of art? We have sections on the wall where we would like to throw your art. Mystic Mitch, we saw that you want to send something. First come, first serve. That's how it's going to work. Down below in the description, we have our address. You can send us whatever art you want, as long as it's, we can't get fucking banned on YouTube. Mystic Mitch, you're close. Actually, Mystic Mitch, if you could send me a DM of your art so I can show the MMA holes how ridiculous it is. And it's great, but it's disturbing, and I love you. Maybe this could be your spot. Jesse, do you think Mystic Mitch's art can go in this section of the wall? What do you think?
Oh, by the way, speaking of Mystic Mitch's art,
Mm-hmm.
just a fun fact. Fact. God, I can't talk. It's so hot. Fun fact. I asked him, and it is indeed not me that he intended for it to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, and they don't know what we're talking
I mean,
about.
you can tell just by the color of the eyes, but I was concerned for a minute.
He drew you with different color eyes. He's like, no, it's not you, Jesse. Trust me.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I even told him I was about to lose my shit because it concerned me the content of this imagery, but it is not me, so it's okay. We're good. We can put it right behind me. It's totally cool.
All right. Well,
See-
if Mystic Mitch slides into our DMs, maybe he can send the image and I'll show it on screen. And yeah, shout out to Mystic Mitch from Australia. All right, so we have 12,967. We wanted to get to 13,000 this weekend. Didn't happen, but UFC 228 is right around the corner, and we're going to smash that 13K. I made a prediction before the year. Everyone's like, what do you think? By the end of the year, what do you think we're going to come to? What's going to be our subscriber, where we're going to be at, right?
Yeah.
And right now we're at 12,967 subscribers on YouTube. And we have 5 on Podbean.
Wonderful.
We just started.
But
Yeah.
oddly enough, 5 followers, but already almost 20 downloads.
Oh, man. Heads are exploding.
Listen, we're
But-
just getting found on Podbean. Calm down. It's okay. We got 20 downloads in our first night. We're going to have like 20,000.
Oh, I know. That's inevitable. But how about this prediction? I really believe by the end of the year, we're going to hit that 15K. We might even go past it. We might hit 15K on the money because Conor versus Khabib is UFC 229. And we might hit the fucking 15K on the money. That's another Mystic Moss prediction. We were at, what were we at? We were at like 3,000 or somewhere around like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers when they asked us at the time. I can't remember when
Yeah.
we started the year. And now it looks like we're going to have 15K. I might have hit the number on the head. Another Mystic prediction.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So good. Anyway, I think we're going to smash 15K. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And it's almost that time of the show where we do a little topics. If you're jumping in right now, quick update. No air conditioning. We're sweating. That's why we have tank tops on here. Jesse's tits are out. Jesse
I
has
have no pants on.
Ah,
Said it
super
before me.
chat.
Harvey.
Looking good, but a potted plant would be the teeth.
By the way, the line of would be the tits, right, is probably one of the funniest lines from a donation. In fact, when we were listening to the podcast version of this, the audio version, be the tits literally made me laugh out loud. I forgot
It's
that
the tits.
because you don't.
Podbean is the tits.
the tits. Yeah, I've heard it before, but for some reason when you make the MMA whore say it, it's just even funnier. So thank you, Harvey and Vlad tonight, making it rain with donations.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the deal. And shout out, by the way, to our sponsors. We got to give them a little bit of plug. TygerLyfe Energy, ARN Insulation, and Duplex Entertainment. Link in the description. Check out all three. TygerLyfe, beautiful drinks, delicious drinks. ARN did our studio. If you want to see around here, actually on Instagram, we have a little tour of the studio at the MMA-Holes. And yeah, it's swollen sexy. A little buzz because we have some fans going on. A lot of fans because it's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, not cold, it's hot. I'm cold. No, fuck me. Topics.
You're hot, then you're cold.
Topics.
Yes!
Topics. 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 Topics.
And that's right. Tough 28 is tonight.
Yes.
Kelvin Gastelum versus Robert Whittaker. Looks like it's going to be the last season. We have the TV on over here. We can do a light reaction to that. But we have to go through topics. We're also opening up the phone lines. So if you guys want to chat about Darren Till, UFC 228, Justin Gaethje had a huge win this weekend. Do we have anything on the message board about the numbers for the fight night?
Yes.
We do.
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
All right. Well, if we don't.
We have a topic on the numbers. Yes, we do.
Okay, we do. Let's start with that then.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with that in the news over here because interesting stuff.
Ready? Here we go. UFC Lincoln Gaethje versus Vic averages 596,000 viewers. Bum, bum, bum.
Is that Justin Gaethje taking a nap over there? Because what looked to be an okay card turned out to be a fantastic card.
Yes.
I mean, top to bottom, bottom to top, FAP. It was a faptacular card.
Fap.
And the numbers were horrific.
Yes.
You got to think ESPN is cringing right now when they see this. Now, a lot of people were complaining, Jesse, that there's too many commercials and it took forever, and it does. But you got to think it's just going to be the same thing on ESPN. There's going to be a gazillion commercials. It's going to take forever the same way. Do you think ESPN is sweating in their jock straps?
No, absolutely not. If I were to put anything into relativity for you guys, just for a few examples, Alvarez versus Poirier from July 28th, which I believe was UFC on Fox, was 1,678,000 viewers. So you take and it looks like about the average for all of the either UFC on Fox or UFC Fight Nights range between 800,000 to 2 million viewers a night. Non-pay-per-view fights, guys. This is 596,000. That is half of the last fight card.
Do you think now Roberto Hernandez makes a great point in the chat? Do you think it didn't get good views because Justin Gaethje has stupid tattoos?
Yes.
I'm not watching that card because Justin Gaethje has stupid tattoos, so I'm not watching it. I mean, the only thing on that card that was like really standing out was Gaethje Vic, and then we've seen it a million times before. You know, cards are like, it's a meh card, it's free, I'll watch it, I'm not gonna get super excited about it, and then boom, it's a barn burner. And this was probably one of the best fight nights that I've seen, like top to bottom.
It was great.
I mean, it totally overachieved.
Yeah.
Totally overachieved.
Agree.
But here's the question. Is Justin Gaethje marketable?
I don't know. That is exactly what I was thinking about. Is it because of Justin Gaethje?
I maybe it's because he's white. You know, he's too white. I don't. It's so bizarre. You have a knockout slugger, fantastic. Every time he gets into the cage, the guy fucking tears the roof down. Whether he wins or loses, it's a fantastic fight, but never gets the numbers. Right?
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works. Now, was this his fourth fight in the UFC? Johnson? Yes, this is his fourth fight. So if this is 4 fights in, you mean to tell me the UFC cannot market Justin Gaethje? How the fuck? Now, maybe personality-wise...
Maybe it's not Gaethje.
Yeah, well, I was going to say,
It's hot.
personality-wise, Justin Gaethje is like a bag of rocks, right? But in the cage, he's fucking bonkers. Do you think it's his personality?
It's difficult because I'm such a huge fan of Gaethje. Maybe. I'm trying to look at this from the perspective of a fan who is not fond of him. And I'm trying to think of reasons why. I could think of a few, and I think his personality does contribute that. It is a huge factor. But I don't know if Gaethje's the sole reason that the viewers sunk this time around. A lot of times, and I read it before when the last Bellator card hit some low ratings. I don't know if it's the fighters.
I think it is 100%.
I think it might be the fan base. I think they're looking for other ways to watch these fights. Say they don't have cable or they don't have FS1 or whatever it is. I've noticed a lot of people go to streams, a lot of people go to this or that, and that does sink ratings. That's what I read for the Bellator thing too. I think the community alone is finding other alternative ways to watch these fights, or they're just not watching at all, because you got to think it's still the summertime. You know, the kids are getting ready to go back to school, so parents who are into MMA, they're probably going to go take these last few weeks to go have fun and enjoy their life before they have to put their school hats on for the kids.
Okay.
You know?
Well, you make a good point about the time of the main event. A fight night. Now, it is a Saturday, but what kid... I mean, first of all, the market for the UFC, there's no kids. If you look at it, it's literally like mid-30s to mid-40s. That's like the chunk of the audience for the UFC, right? But you would think that they would want to get younger, get a younger audience, because when us old fucks die, right? And then
they're not even pushing for it.
It's bizarre. Now, they have main events starting at 1 in the morning. Even though it's a Saturday, it's still 1 in the morning. So you make a good point. Maybe these fucking cards are too late, too long. You got too many fights on it. As a fight fan, I love it. We hang out. We start off at 6:30, and you fucking end up at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's great. But as a casual fan, as someone that just doesn't want to watch all these fights, wants to get to the meat and potatoes, they have to wait until 1:30 in the morning. Like, I mean, I don't know. Is it too long? Are these fight cards too long on fight nights? 6 fight main events. Maybe that's what's hurting the ratings.
You brought it up the last time. That's something that I would have to agree with you 100%. 6 fights on a fight night is insane. Now, I have to give it to this last fight card because they were actually good finishes, but you don't see that often.
Super chat.
Make the MMA horror talk. Rowdy Rodent.
Hi guys, watch you all the time since I discovered you. My wonderful shirt should be on its way to Canada's IAAA.
Yes.
AAA. Acumen. Excuse me. Keep it up, guys. Take my money.
Take my money.
Rowdy Rodent.
Congratulations, Rowdy Rodent. You are now on Podbean.
Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Like Jesse said, we have this. The audio version of this is on Podbean. Completely free over there if you want to just listen to the donations, Jesse and myself, the sound effects. It's a whole different show over there. So Podbean. Everyone that donates gets to be highlighted over there. And that was Rowdy Rodent making the MMA horror talk. And how about Rowdy Rodent? I mean, listen, I think it's the first time. Have we seen Rowdy Rodent before? I don't think we have.
I've seen the name once or twice, but I don't think it's a consecutive chatter.
No. Well, welcome to the show. Let me know in the chat, Rowdy Rodent, when did you start watching the MMA Holes? And get yourself your swag. The MMAHoles.com. You can get some swag. Swagalicious shirts. By the way, Sean McKenzie. Shout out to Sean McKenzie. Let me see if I can find him over here. He's rocking his gear. This is why I love seeing this, right? I'm going to put this over here. Now, if you are listening to this on Podbean, unfortunately, you're not going to see it. Check us out on YouTube. Or you can go fuck your mother. But look at Sean McKenzie. Cute picture over here. And
look at that.
Look at that. Rocking the MMA Holes swag.
How cool is that?
Just another day in the office for Sean McKenzie rocking.
Did he get another? I don't know if that's the same one.
I'm not sure. It looks like he adopted a black kid too, so congratulations.
Wonderful.
I don't know. But yeah, Sean McKenzie. Shout out to Sean, a wonderful, wonderful MMA Hole patron and a swole, sexy member of this community. So rocking this swole
Was that
gear.
just a casual picture he decided to throw up on Instagram?
Yeah, just saw it on Instagram. We weren't
That's
tagged.
awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. So if you do have
Shout out
any...
to Sean McKenzie.
Yeah, shout out Shawnee. And if you have any MMA swag, MMA Hole swag, put it on Instagram or just give us a tag and we'll make sure we share that on the show. All right, what else?
More importantly, Two Joints has turned his MMA Hole shirt into a thong.
Well, sexy. Jesse, what do you think about that? Sweaty, all
Two
sweaty.
Joints. We have a little bit of room left in the bed if you'd like to come over.
Ooh, yes.
Fat.
Oh,
Fat.
oh my God. I'm
All
about to
right,
come.
all right, enough.
Wonderful.
Jesse, what else we got in the news?
What's in the news?
MMAHoles.com.
You didn't do it with me.
What's in the news?
All right. UFC 229's Anthony Pettis says that he's passed his mental block, quote unquote, and prepared for Tony Ferguson. Boom, boom, boom. Anthony Pettis was on top of the world in 2013, won the UFC lightweight title over Benson Henderson, and in addition to gold around his waist, he earned himself a spot on the Wheaties cereal box.
And then it all went downhill.
He admitted just recently to Ariel Helwani, saying RDA was the better man that night. I finally admitted it to myself. Pettis told on the MMA show for Ariel Helwani, his new one. If you haven't checked it out, it's all right. I checked it out. It's cool. He says, I was on top of the world, and then that happens to you. I've never even been hit in any of my fights, basically. Then RDA fight happens, and you have to readjust. He said, quote, it's a mental block. You know what happened and you want to get past it, but you also know how good you are, and it's a battle in your own head that you had to figure out. He says, in regards to his matchup with Tony Ferguson, I love it. I think he has a great fighting style. He's one of the guys who comes up and brings it. I'm excited to get in there with a guy like that. He's going to try to finish the fight, and that's what I'm trying to do the whole time.
So, Anthony Pettis fighting Tony Ferguson. I'm not the biggest fan of Tony Ferguson as a character, but I think he's the best 155er out there right now on the roster,
Yes.
including, I mean,
Do you really?
Connor's the GOAT of all 155ers. But, like, realistically, Tony Ferguson, I mean, he's the guy right now, in my opinion. He's the guy.
Vomit.
Well, yeah, he's annoying. I 100% agree, but let's be honest. As an athlete, as a mixed martial artist, this dude is the shitnik.
The shiznit.
No, the shitnik.
The shitnik.
He's the
I mean, that
shitnik.
works too.
He is.
That's a new one, guys. No
the-
shiznit anymore. It's the shitnik.
It is the shitnik. And honestly, he's going to beat the fuck out of Anthony Pettis, and I can't wait for that. Anthony Pettis has the type of face that needs to be beaten up, right? The guy he's an ex-champion. The guy's a fantastic mixed martial artist. He hit a skid and he got fucking put in his place quickly, then goes down, and Max Holloway took care of business. He got hurt over there, had a nice little comeback with Michael Chiesa, but he's got that fucking resting bitch face as a male. He's the resting dick face Anthony Pettis,
Let me tell
right?
you
What is
something.
up with him?
Let me tell you something. Anthony Pettis is going to get, and it's probably something that people are not going to be betting on. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be swaying Ferguson on this fight. But Anthony Pettis, mark my words, is going to give a Showtime kick, and that fight will be ended.
Stop it. Stop at the stupidity. That's ridiculous. First of all, Anthony Pettis should be a Showtime kicked himself and his resting dick face, because Anthony Pettis, he's like one of those people, you know, there's people that you don't like, right? And I'm sure a lot of the chat room can't stand me. That's fine. And then there's people you just want to fucking mule kick right in the fucking dome, right? And Anthony Pettis has that face. It's like, look at my face.
Listen.
Like, I don't, maybe he's a nice guy in person, but he looks like such an asshole, right? Look at his face.
Okay, but all bashing and joking aside, maybe it won't be a Showtime kick, but I will say, in all honesty, I had this feeling when it came to Dillashaw. I had this feeling when it came to Cormier. I've got the same feeling with Pettis, and maybe I might be wrong. I could, in fact,
You are.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to say I'm wrong. I don't care. I have a feeling something very odd is going to happen, something completely bizarre, and I think Pettis is going to win that fight.
Listen, look the people in the eye, right? Look those people in the eye, and we are on
At
Podbean.
UFC
But you can listen to
229.
Jesse.
For all of the watchers on the MMA-Holes YouTube and our listeners, the MMAHoles.podbean.com. UFC 229, Anthony Pettis versus Tony Ferguson. Anthony Pettis will indeed take the win that night.
All right, timestamp this. Now, you could be the most genius predictor in
Or the-
all of sports, or you can fall flat on your face. And
I'll probably fall flat on my face.
I always like to tell people, go for the severe underdog, because then you look like a genius. You know,
Well,
if
see,
you win.
and you know, based on my picks, I never go for the underdog ever. When do I ever go for the underdog?
Was Cormier the underdog?
Well, he was okay. Aside from Cormier, I'm talking about on a regular, even for an entire fight card pick. Like, I hardly go with the underdog. So
Well, you definitely don't pay attention to who's over and under. I
when
have
we were
noticed
doing,
that.
No, when we were doing pick'em, I did. Yeah, when we were doing pick'ems, I paid attention to it. But now that pick'em's over, I don't really pay much attention to it anymore. But yeah, why not?
The only way Pettis wins this fight, in my opinion, is if Ferguson comes back from the injury half of himself. Like he's not 100%. He says he's 100%, and by fight time he's going to be ready to go.
Tony Ferguson can't even walk over a cord.
Yeah, well, yeah, the HDMI cable did win that one, and we don't even know if Tony Ferguson's going to make it to the fight, right? We've seen it before. Tony Ferguson might not, and listen, knock on wood. Hopefully, Tony can stay healthy, but we don't even know. But once he gets into the cage, Tony, it's a whole different animal. Like this guy is a fucking savage inside that cage, but he is getting old, right? Tony Ferguson, how old is Tony? El Kukui.
Good question.
I'm gonna look over here. Over here, Tony Ferguson. Where are you at, you motherfucker? Tony sitting at number 2 at the lightweights. There he is, Kukui with the big eyes. Big ears. He's 34. In real years, that's not that a lot, but in MMA years, that's old as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Well, not really.
Well, it's close. It's getting there.
Yeah.
I think 40 is the cutoff.
Here's the thing. The guy has almost 30 fights under his belt, right? So 34 is old for a guy with 30
I'm
fights.
gonna wrap one on one shoulder.
So
I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder.
he's not getting
You're
younger.
gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Like or dislike Ferguson, he is the best 155er. He'll beat Conor and Khabib. He might be cringy, but his fighting speaks for itself.
Concur.
Pettis will tap to strikes like he did with Poirier. He will submit Conor and Khabib. USADA ended Showtime.
I could see that finish, by the way.
USADA ended a lot of fighters, Vlad, and all those fighters still happen to find their way back.
Not all of them.
Well, most.
But I could
Look
see
at
that.
John Jones.
I could see that finish, by the way. The way Poirier put him out, I can see the same exact thing. I think it might even be more vicious with Tony. But let me know what you guys think in the chat.
Doubtful.
We got 20 likes.
20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. Yeah. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
Thank you for liking this video on YouTube. We are also on Podbeam. That's right, the audio. We are officially a podcast. We never really called it a podcast. We just call it a show.
Yes.
Now we're a show/podcast.
Now we're legit.
We're just we're beyond legit. Hit me with the ones in the chat if you have checked us out on Podbeam. All right. It's on the MMA-Holes.com or you can just go to Podbeam and type in MMA-Holes and we'll pop right up. All right. Let's see what the chat says over here. Jesse, what we got going on?
Pulse Resurrected says he almost got first round KO'd by a guy named Hyundai Sonata.
What the fuck?
All right. Xghost22 says likey poo, la 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 la, likey poo.
Mm-hmm.
Pulse Resurrected said this is a stream, not a podcast. Well, now it's a podcast. So suck on that, big fat one, Pulse Resurrected. Van Shipman says 953-368-9754, dropping phone numbers in the chat. K-Dub says, I don't know, Pettis definitely has a striker's chance to beat Ferguson. Olympia Lowlife says, likey poo, likey poo, likey poo. Staleo 2, when I die, I hope I come back as a dingleberry. Vlad says, Drunk Savage, he's going to have him mention Flat Earth post-fight. Two Joint says, pot beam. Brian Roger, Podbeam, bad idea. Dianetics Truth says, Healthy Tony Ferg is the greatest 155er of all time. I highly disagree. Harvey Weinstein says, I'm doing a private audition on the road. Mystic Mitch says, check yo Twitter.
All right, let's look at it. Mystic Mitch from Australia says, God bless you. How dare you sneeze on air.
My apologies. I should have muted myself.
Someone started jerking off to the sneeze like, ooh, that's such a cute, what is that, a rodent? What was that?
I don't sneeze like that. I did not
Who
sneeze.
sneezes like...
I don't. So why do you make fun of my sneeze?
I don't know. Well, it's better than...
You liked my sneeze when we first met. Now, not so much.
No, I'm not making... Well, I am making fun of it, but it's cute. It's adorable. It's like... It's like, how do you get anything accomplished with that?
I don't sneeze like that.
But think about it. Like, when you sneeze, snot, and all the back... Everything just comes out of your fucking holes.
Yeah.
It's like all that bad stuff comes out. When you go... Like, what... How does anything get accomplished, right?
I don't sneeze like...
How does anything get accomplished with that?
I don't know.
What up, Angel? Says yo.
Yo.
All right, check this out. So this is the stages of Mystic Mitch, who is very talented and disturbed, and that's what we love. He's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, so he has this. He has now. If you can't see this on the podcast, so you got to check us out on YouTube. But if you're listening, I'll describe it. The first picture is a blonde girl. She looks like she's sick. She might have ate something bad. I don't know. She's drooling, and is her neck slit? I think her neck's slick and her neck is slit and vomit's coming out of her neck. She has some pasties on her boobies, and it looks like someone tried to cut her intestines out, right? Is that what happened here?
Mystic Mitch, What is going on?
So now here's another one over here. Mystic is holding it up, and it's a it's a dark-haired version of this. She has a nice halter top. Is that what that's called? I don't know. It looks like her neck is slit as well with some vomit coming out of her neck. If you want to check this out, it's on YouTube. And is that tattoos on her shoulders or those dinosaurs? What are those? Oh, no, it's her hair. All right, so yeah, her hair is coming to pigtails.
You know, not for nothing, even though this is a really fucked up picture.
It's good.
He's actually a good artist.
It's fantastic.
I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fucking good.
I'm going to jerk off to this after the stream. Right? Hit me with the FAPs if you're going to rub one out to this. Make sure you screenshot this. Let's see what else Mystic Mitch has. All right, and here's the concept art, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the template. There's no nipples on here, so you can totally show this. It's just basically a topless woman with no hair and no nipples. One hand is behind her back. I don't know what she's holding there. It's like, God knows what the hell is in her hands. Mystic, if you could help us out, what is in the hand? And we're going to scroll down. Now she has a little fedora on, it looks like.
Why do they all have one arm behind their back and their head is like tilted like that?
Yeah, so this is the same girl. Now she has orange hair, which I like because we have an orange theme. She has a kiss tattoo on her left shoulder, and she's not murdered or she's not mutilated in any way. What does she have? A Roadhouse halter top, black, and she's unscathed. She is absolutely unscathed. What does it say? What does it say over there?
It says, sweet green eyes, my something, my elixir, long red hair, cold, hard stare, my elixir, bad girl stance, got no chance, my elixir, something he's suddenly ups my elixir. I don't know what that other one says. I couldn't read it very well. My apologies, Mystic Mitch.
He's pretty fucking... I gotta say, like...
It is good.
I could see him slapping this on t-shirts and selling these things.
Yeah.
You know? Or just selling the art. Now, here we go. Who does this resemble with the MMA-Holes? Now, the tank top, it's showing a lot more belly, which I like. Some cleavage hanging out of this thing.
Brown eyes. It must be Marlon Lane.
Yes, it's brown eyes, brown eyes, and it looks to be brown hair. Yeah. She has a black eye under the right eye. Under the left eye, she has a little bit of a cut. Needs to get stitched on that one.
Jesse and Chris offspring prediction art.
We have, I don't know, what happened here? Did she take on a penis that was a little bit too big for her mouth and she needs to get stitched the sides open? I don't know what that is about.
It's the Joker. Female Joker over here.
Okay, so I guess this is the final part of this. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Should this be on our wall? It's really good. Me Too, I guess. This is the Me Too collection of Mystic Mitch. All right, so there you go. I tell you what, points for being very talented and creative with your drawings because they are pretty good. It looks like he does them through paint, right? I don't know what he does it through, but I'm a little erect. Okay. Cartoons are dumb. This is Brian Reuter. Okay, cool.
Brian, take it up with Mystic Mitch.
If you have any art, you can drop it on the MMAHoles.com. And we will feature it live on the show. The MMAHoles.com, we have a little message board over there. What else do we have in the news, Jesse?
In the news, Brandon Davis says he's facing Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 228. A guy that's no stranger to short notice fights will be stepping up again, as we all know. Brandon Davis took to Twitter today to confirm that he will be fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov at the Dallas event, replacing an injured Yair Rodriguez, saying, quote, looks like I'll be seeing everyone in Dallas next weekend. Hashtag Killer B, hashtag UFC, hashtag UFC 228, hashtag short notice. Brandon Davis also posted a thumbs up to Brad Bastion when he asked, Khabib? ? Davis is 9-4, 2-2 in the UFC, and was a product of the first season of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, and he will indeed get murdered by Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is 15-1, 3-0 in the UFC, and is coming off a decision win over Bochniak in April, where he won a Fight of the Night bonus.
You know, it's just funny reading the comments because I completely concur. Poor Brandon Davis. You know, hey, listen, credit for him. He's a tough dude, too. He's been in some wars.
You're going to wrap one on one shoulder.
Oh, here we go.
The other on the other shoulder. And you're going to need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Gay robot fucker.
Hello, I am gay robot fucker 69.
Hello, gay robot fucker 69. You are now on Podbean.
MMA, there we go. MMA has never been the same. Make the MMA horror talk with a donation. Gay robot fucker 69. Thank you for the donation. And you are a goddamn celebrity now.
And we thank you.
I wish the MMA horror said the name of the person donating. But thank you. And if you want to donate, listen, like we said in the beginning, the audio version of this is on Podbean. The donations shine. So knock yourself out, say something horrible, interrupt the show, link in the description, or Super Chat is open as well.
Super chat.
All right, so Brandon Davis will die.
Yes. That is indeed a topic of tonight.
All right, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Does anyone give Brandon Davis a shot? Usually I don't like to say, hey, he has no shot, but it's pretty safe to say he has no shot. It's going to be a fun one. He likes to bang.
To see.
But
Zabit is an entertaining fighter already, though.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Well, he's got a guy that's going to stand in there and go for it. He's going to go in there and fucking swing. So at least we're going to see some fun stuff. Unfortunately, Brandon Davis, I hope he picked out his tombstone.
his obituary. You think he wrote it ahead of time?
Maybe. All right, Jess, what we got in that chat?
Best ever says Till not going to make 170. Steve Johnson is laughing at Almond Bro 74. Marky Wahoo says Zabit has like 7 last names combined. Is it because there are so many Russians? Van Shipman says faux show. Sean Hart says GRF 69. Steve Johnson is laughing at Dianetics Truth. Best ever says Zabit is Khabib's cousin. Staley02 says no one will care about his death. Which one's Zabit? Which one's Brando? Says Brian Reuter. Steve Sparks retracted his message in the chat. Drunk Savage says, is Brandon Davis the one with the Superman tattoo? What a D-bag.
No, it's not.
Edward McKinley says, JBH, love ya, but Ferguson will murder him.
Ooh. All right, hold on.
We will see, Edward. We will see.
We will see. That's right. Now, let's do this real quick. We're going to interrupt the show really quick. Last Friday, there was a penis drawn on my head. I lost, and we will be doing this again. Well, not the drawing. We'll be rolling what's called
The Die of Doom.
That's right, and I lost.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was like the best laugh you've done so far.
I know, I'm the best. All right, so now let's pick this out. All right, we have 2 hours of this show. We have some more news to get to. We're gonna open up the phone line, so stay tuned for that. We got 70 people strong watching the MMA-Holes. If you're new to this, well, welcome to the circus. If you're listening on Podbeam, well, enjoy the audio. This is now. I'm gonna explain what's going on here for our listeners. It's a picture of me. What looks like to be E.T. or a mushroom cloud, or I don't know, but it's a dick. And I look very shocked in the picture.
He looks sexy and amazing.
On the MMAHoles.com, we asked the people, the MMA Holes, to write the funniest comments about this thing, and the winner's going to get a wristband. Let's vote tonight. Let's see what the comments are. I can only imagine. Jesse, what do we got going on here on this message board?
Michael Anzalone says, a volcano that just erupted.
I could see that.
Duke Chronic, 2 + 2 = question mark? Sean Hart says, this is the look you get when you realize you promised 12,000 plus subscribers that Jesse will be doing your next wonderful, wonderful tattoo.
Yeah, we got to get that done. I got to get that done. It will happen. Trust me. I never back down.
Second Sight says, E.T. phone. Dave says, who the fuck is that guy?
What?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Thank you.
Steve Johnson says, Isaiah wins. Drunk Savage says, I don't think Jesse has seen enough to properly draw one. Let's go down the list. Malcolm's, her high school principals, sloth faces, parentheses, wait.
Oh, yeah, hold on a second. No, Isaiah took his cock off. Thank you, Isaiah. Appreciate it. Isaiah put his schlong on here, so he took it off. So, yeah, all right, so we can skip those. All right, let's see what else we got. All right.
Drunk Savage says, sloth faces. Let's see if any MMA holes remember that one. And Chris's. Am I forgetting any?
What was sloth face? Holy shit, I do remember that. Jesse, sloth face.
I don't even remember.
Wait, we called someone sloth face. I remember that. That was on a previous... Wow, Drunk is... I tell you what. Shout out to Drunk Savage. This guy came in to this community. He's got the memory of a fucking super genius or something like that. He has this bizarre memory where he can remember parts of the show and throw it right back in there. Yeah. Sloth face was something that we were saying. You were here when we were saying.
I remember the name. No, I remember the name. I just can't remember.
Someone was called a sloth face. I do remember that. We got to bring sloth face back.
BLT says, Isaiah's if you look a few comments up, Drunk. BLT also drops a picture of Mystic Moss with the penis on his head alongside a picture of a 16, 15, 14-year-old Jessie with her imaginary friend in a high school play.
Yeah, so this is actually really funny. When I saw this before, this gets my vote. It's hysterical. So it's me looking into a computer with a shocked look on my face. It's the actual picture that we put there, but it's in the same direction as this computer. And on the computer is a young Jessie shooting what looks to be a dildo at an imaginary leprechaun floating around the background. Fantastic. The creativity of this piece of art, it gets my vote, Jesse. What do you think about this one?
I think it's fantastic.
I think it's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
What else we got? There could still be another winner.
And AKA The Knitter says, the look you give after you just got done giving a blowjob to a banana after hitting 10K subs. LOL.
I'm gonna wrap
That's
one
not
on
happening.
one shoulder. I'm gonna
That's
wrap
not
the other
happening.
shoulder. And you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Asia Argentino.
Hello,
Argento.
Podbean listener. This is Asia Argento, and I started the Me Too movements towards that rapist Harvey Weinstein. However, I did go on to suck off a 17-year-old on the set of a movie. We settled out of court, though, so that rape doesn't count.
All right, so Asia
So thank you, Asia.
Argento has just donated.
You are now on Podbean.
That's right, the audio. That's right, we are a podcast now, so as well as a swole YouTube show. So thank you. All right, let's go back. Thank you.
All right. BLT says, where's the cock gone? I only came here to fap. Stalio 2 says, rest in peace, Isaiah's cock. Isaiah Moore says, LOL, pull-out game. Rest in peace. Gary Badger Sandwich Worthington says, when you sit on your dick, mid-show face.
Yeah, you know what? I've sat on my nuts. Actually, I could sit on my nuts tonight when it gets really hot. Tell me, old fellers out there. Tell me, have you ever sat on your nutsack? I've done that multiple times when it's hanging low and you sit on it and it hurts like a motherfucker. Maybe that's that's the look I give. I tell you what, I don't even think, I think it's a landslide. I think BLT gets that one. I really do. What do you think, Jesse?
Yes, I agree.
Let me know in the chat what you think. We got some good ones in there. We got some Sean Hart has a good one. Michael Anzalone. Dave goes with the classic, who the fuck is that guy? Isaiah pulled out. What else we got over here? NH, BLT, Drunk Savage, and Gary. What do you guys think in the chat? I think I give it to BLT. Jesse gives it to BLT. I think you win, my friend. So we got to find a way to get that shit to BLT in the UK. Let's see what the chat says.
Mark Rose says, oh, so old. Kinshiro Ryu MMA says, Steve Johnson, okay, bro, we talk later when I see you. Steve Johnson says, David Flores, thank you, kind sir. Yes!
Oh,
yes!
come!
Yes!
Oh, let's all come on, Rhonda.
Fat.
Bam, bam, bam. The first time on the podcast, Ronda Rousey. Come!
Come on, Ronda. Come on, Ronda.
Fap!
Come on, Ronda.
Fat.
Come on, Ronda.
Steven Irons.
What do you call a rich man's white tank top? A
What?
trophy wife beater. Points to most.
There you go.
What do you call a rich man's white tank top? A trophy white beater.
I like that. That's a good joke right there. The first time ever on Podbean, the Come On Ronda song. Look at that. The first time. Steven Irons.
Fantastic, Stephen Irons. You are wonderful, wonderful.
That should be trivia.
Wonderful.
That should be trivia on like one of the MMA-Holes questionnaires or games. We should have a game show. And that Steven Irons was the first person to come on Ronda during our podcast.
I should make the website. I should just put a trivia game on the website for the year of 2018 trivia. The MMA-Holes 2018 trivia game. And everything that occurred between January 1st and December 31st of this year will be on that trivia game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Drop the ones in the chat if you want. The MMA-Holes 2018 trivia game on the website.
I want it. Put a one for me. I'm in. I'm down for that. I want to see, who do you think, which MMA hole, because this is interesting, right? Our community has grown pretty drastically within the last couple of months especially, right? And
Yes.
we have some people from the beginning and we have some newcomers, but the newcomers go back into the old videos and start learning about the history of the MMA holes, which we've only been going for 2 years, but there's a lot of stuff crammed in there.
Yeah.
And Michael Anzalone is on top of the heat, man. This dude, I
He
swear to
could
God,
be a trivia question.
he'll
You never
win.
know.
We should have on Fuqua Friday, we should have an open hangouts where we test MMA holes. We have trivia night for the MMA holes, right? What do you think about that? We have people call in, and we have whoever wins. I mean, we've seen this on Howard Stern. We've seen it on other shows. People
Yeah.
call in. We play the trivia game.
Well, Stalio too rewatches our streams nonstop, so he might get on. I have a feeling Michael Anzalone might be one of our 100%ers right from the get-go.
Let me know in the chat, because I know we still have about 65 people watching in the chat room over here. TGIW to all of our friends. I know there are some people that don't chat, but there are some people that just kind of hang out in the background, and thank you for watching. Appreciate it. But if you are hanging out in the background and you are a swole MMA hole, do you think you would win one of our trivia channels? Jump in challenges jump into the phone over here and let us know with the yes or no. I would have to go Michael Anzalone. I mean, now you got Olympia Lowlife, you got Jay Smooth,
Yep.
you got Isaiah Moore's been around for a little bit, X-Ghost has been around forever. You got these people that are OGs, but I don't think they really pay attention, you know? I don't know. Maybe Olympia.
I think they do.
Jay probably knows more than he lets on.
Well, Jay's been around since the very beginning, so.
Vigo / Brady Ferguson might win, you know?
You had to go there. You had to go there.
Who will win in the chat? Let me know. We're going to open up the phone lines around 10:30 over here. It's 9:59. Let's finish up the topics. Let's see what else we have in the news. Shout out to our new... hold on a second. The MMA
I
Whore.
need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Hello, Podbean. This is Jimmy Bennett, the said 17-year-old. Yes, Asia sucked me off. B. Only reason I suddenly acted like I was being sexually assaulted was because my mama said there was money to be made. Hey, Harvey, we're Eskimo brothers, lol.
Thank you, Jimmy Bennett. I appreciate that.
Oh, the cringe. Welcome to Podbean.
I love it. I fucking love it. It's so funny. I tell you what, the chat room, the donators, I mean, and we'll see the phone lines when we open that up. It's some of the funniest shit. The funniest shit on YouTube, now the funniest shit on Podbean. Really good stuff. You don't consume MMA media this way, MMA content this way, even though that has nothing to do with MMA. Cringe to the max. The Ultimate Fighter Tough 28 is about to get started over here with Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker. Let me know in the chat if you're watching this and watching the MMA-Holes. They suck. They're not as good anymore, but I do have interest, so we have it on the background. Let's fly through the news and see what we got going on here, and we'll open up those phone lines. Jess, what else is in the news?
Elias Theodoro versus Antonio Carlos Jr. moved to UFC 231. There is a middle fight between these two, and it has been moved from UFC Sao Paulo to UFC 231. Sources confirmed. UFC 231 takes place at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Canada on December 8th, so make sure that you tune into that. It is a pay-per-view. Theodoro and Antonio Carlos Jr. were originally slated on September 22nd, as we all know, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure you look out for the fight. That's the most important thing of all. Just look out for it.
This is a nice jump for Theodoro. This is a nice jump for this guy. When he was in the Ultimate Fighter for Canada, the Nations one, the guy looked like he was the real deal. Then he's won, he's lost, but he's never looked like fantastic. I think he just he was hyped up in the in Tough, but he never really panned out. And now he's got Antonio Carlos Jr., who's a tough opponent over here, who I think won Tough Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So we got two former Tough fighters, and you might have just said that. My head's in the clouds. But yeah, this is a real interesting matchup over here between the two. And if Theodoro could get past Antonio Carlos Jr., which I don't see it happening, but if he can, this could be a nice bump for him. This could be a big opportunity for the kid. A very skilled athlete over here. Could be a little annoying because he's a ring boy, but he's very talented. He really is talented. Put aside all the boring fights that we've seen.
Would you want to see him bumped up is the question.
You know what? After Tough, I was like, this kid, he can be the real deal.
Yeah.
I really thought he was one of the guys I was like, watch out for this guy. And he kind of let me down.
Really?
Kind of like Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall let me down too, but at least Uriah Hall had moments where he was just fucking knocking people out. But Theodoro never really, I don't know, he never went up to the expectations over there. So I'm a little bummed that he never turned into anything. Still young. I think he has a shot to do something, but I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not the biggest fan. But to each their own, right? Everybody wants their moment to shine, their moment of success. So more power to him. If he thinks he can make it, go for it.
Almond Brothers says that Elias is not talented, and here's how I disagree, right? Or why I disagree. Watch him in Tough Nations. Now that season wasn't that good. It was Australia versus Canada. It was kind of a shitty season, to be honest. You had like goats like Dan Kelly come out. Was that his name?
I've never seen that season.
Dan Kelly. Well, Dan Kelly, the old guy. I'm just now
being informed.
Yeah, well, I think Dan Kelly's. I think that's his name, right? The old guy that fight at 42 or some shit like that. You have him coming out of that. You have the Canadian kid. What's that young kid that looks like Justin Bieber? You got a lot of people. It's funny. The season sucked, but a lot of fighters came out of that season onto the UFC and are still on the roster. And Theodoro looked fucking he looked good. He looked
Yeah.
strong. He was fast. He was good on the feet. The thing I remember about Theodoro, he's super powerful. Super powerful. This guy, when he had you against the cage, he could fling you onto the floor. He's slick off his back. He's slick on top. He's slick with his striking. But I don't know what happened. He's in the UFC and he's won, he's lost, but he's been boring. He's been super boring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the chat if you think this guy could be anything. I'm going to say no because he's kind of let me down, but this is a big opportunity. Antonio Carlos Jr., who's been on a little bit of a roll himself. Really, really interesting stuff over here. What else we got in the news, Jesse?
Daniel Cormier still plans on defending his UFC light heavyweight title before the Brock Lesnar fight. Bum, bum, bum.
What?
We all knew this was coming. Of course, we all know he won his second UFC title by knocking out Stipe Miocic at UFC 226 and then immediately had a super fight with Brock Lesnar appear on the horizon. Questions started mounting as to whether Cormier would ever fight again at the light heavyweight. Cormier insisted that he would return to 205 pounds to defend his belt one last time before the fight with Lesnar. And nearly 2 months removed, the double champ remains adamant and he still plans on doing just that. He says, quote, "For me to go back down, it's going to be difficult to defend this belt. But I plan on doing it. Honestly, I am a heavyweight. I weigh 245 pounds normally, but then I cut down to 205 whenever I fight at 205, so I lose 40 pounds to fight in that weight class." Cormier has struggled with the weight cut at 205 for a long time, most notably when he nearly missed weight, for his title defense against Anthony Johnson at UFC 210.
Okay, this is interesting to me, right? Because this leads me to believe that he's going to be fighting John Jones at light heavyweight in New York. Right? I mean...
Against who?
Think about it. Like, John Jones. I just said it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, think about it. Like, if he plans on defending his UFC light heavyweight title before Brock Lesnar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar is going to be cleared for next year, right? He's not ready to go. Maybe John Jones is ready to go, and we don't know yet. And Daniel Cormier is about to get a massive chunk paycheck and fight headline UFC 230. And if DC this is why it makes sense, right? If DC loses the light heavyweight again, right? Mm-hmm. He's still the heavyweight champ. He bounces back and he defends his belt at heavyweight. I think it's going to happen.
I don't think so.
All right. What do you think in the chat? Daniel Cormier, will he fight at UFC 230? Why is the spot still empty? Right. Let's go over here. To the UFC schedule. Okay, I'm going to show it on YouTube. We are on Podbeam as well, so you can listen to what we have to say. Or you can lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
All right, where are we? UFC 230. Where are you at? Scrolling through. UFC 230. Why am I'm like seeing things. Fight night. Did I pass it, Jesse? Help me out here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's still empty. We are running out of options. Holloway versus Ortega. Well, that's not happening. Guy Borg is fighting Nunez on another card with a 232. So who is going to be here? It's got to be Cormier Jones. Mm-hmm. It has to be. It's not Gustafsson. Well, Gustafsson said he'll fight anyone at UFC 230.
But DC said that, and he even said it publicly to Gustafsson, that he will never share an octagon with DC again.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Maybe the UFC's like, fuck it, we need a headlining fight here. We need something.
Very doubtful. I would be... I'm not saying it's impossible. You could be right. But I would be very shocked to see DC get back in the octagon with Gustafsson for the simple sake of DC has every right to say no to the fight. He's the title holder. He doesn't want to share the octagon with Gustafsson anymore.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, DC will be headlining this card over here.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what his opponent is yet. I want to say John Jones. I'm not quite sure. But I think Daniel Cormier is going to come back for UFC 230. I really do, especially if he wants to take a light heavyweight fight. If we've heard he's flip-flopped a couple of times with his statements. But maybe Brock Lesnar is.
I think honestly, if I had to give my honest opinion, I don't think that he's going to be headline. I personally don't think he's going to be defending light heavyweight anytime soon. I think he says it now because he wants to make it clear to fans. He wants to make it clear to the MMA community and to the media that he's not going to pull a Tyron Woodley and just hold onto the belt for no reason. I think that's what he's doing. I think it's a publicity stunt. I don't have a feeling he's going to be headlining any cards anytime soon. Not for light heavyweight. I think he's going to wait for Lesnar. I think that's the first thing that's going to happen.
What about Sean Hart says to be announced is fighting to be determined. Yeah, that's what it says over here. UFC 230. If you go to the website, it says to be announced. versus To Be Determined. Imagine that's the fight, right? It's like,
It'd be
who do you got?
shocking.
Who do you pick? To Be Announced or To Be Determined? Who would you pick in that fight?
To be announced.
Yeah. So you're going with the champ. To
course.
Be Announced is the champ. It's so bizarre, right? I mean, 230, it's coming. We have to get an answer soon. I think Daniel Cormier is going to be on this card. I really think it. I'm having a feeling. Daniel Cormier is like, nah, I want to fight, the beginning of next year. And then Dana White's like, no, fat buddy, you are 40 years old, and we're about
No, fat buddy.
we're going to dump a shitload of money in front of you. So we're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. I really see that happening. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Jess, what do you think? Is he fighting at UFC 230?
No.
Jesse says no. So what do you think? Do you think that no title fight on UFC 230?
No, I think there could be. I mean, there's a few other options, right?
I don't know. I can't, honestly, unless it's the little guys.
Yeah,
maybe,
there can still be a
you know
title
what?
fight.
Oh, fuck. With TJ versus Cejudo,
That
which
is
driving
actually in
me
the works.
it's driving me nuts.
It is in the works, though.
232, they're saying.
Yeah, but they say a lot of things.
Yeah, they're saying 232. Please, listen, MMA gods, you look me right in my beautiful eyes, okay? And I'm sweating. If you're jumping in right now, the air conditioner is not working. That's why I'm glistening, and I'm in a tank top. So we have fans on, okay? MMA gods, if you're listening, and I know you are because you're big fans of the MMA-Holes, please, for the love of MMA God,
Cyborg Nunez.
do not make TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. I don't give a fuck if it's at manlet weight or a bigger manlet weight. I don't give a fuck. I do not want to see it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Give me Cejudo versus Mighty Mouse 2 and let TJ Dillashaw fight Cruz or Moraes or the other fucking mook. What the hell was his name that no one knows about, but he's just killing it. I forgot his name. The Brazilian guy. Please. I don't want to see it TJ versus Cejudo. I don't care. Maybe down the road if Cejudo defends the belt a couple of times, TJ's still up top. Okay, maybe. I'm down. Not now. What are we doing?
Cyborg Nunez.
Yeah, that's happening. That is happening.
Do you know when? They didn't say when.
231.
No, it was never officially announced on a card.
They're not going to cram it on 230.
You don't think
Nope.
so? Why?
Not going to happen. Nope. Because they already said it's going to be 231 or 232 or some shit like that.
Well, they could say that about a lot of fights and push them early.
They already said it though. It's happening. Deal with it. Says Drunk Savage. No, I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Let me know what you want to see. Headline: UFC 230. Jesse, what do you say? You're saying Cyborg versus Nunez? I would slit my throat.
I'm saying it's not completely impossible.
All right. So Daniel Cormier's not on the card, right?
I don't think they're going to push Cormier on that card.
Okay. All right. Let's see what the chat says. Let me know in the chat. 68 likes. Give us a like. And shout out to TygerLyfe, Duplex Entertainment, and ARN Insulation. Links in the description.
Brian Ridger says, Dilly Bar versus Cejudo would be cool. Get a different perspective, Moss. Jay Smith says, Chuck Liddell is going to die on November 24th. Till versus Cyborg. Get it, Chris. Mark Rose says, Stipe does deserve a rematch. Michael Chapman says, Cyborg and Shitstain. Olympia Lowlife says, no Cejudo. Ugh. Cyborg will kill Nunez. Staleo2 says, TJ versus Gervonta Davis. Gay Agent says, my headline is always in front. TD Passer says, Tank Top Day looking good, you two. Kaepernick Sucks says, I want to see Cyborg, the big show, for 230 in the big show. XGhost22 says they're a bunch of mooks. CM Punk versus Chiesa says 2 joints. Dianetic Truth says Mark Rowe, the Brock fight was already known to be happening. DC cracked his jaw in the first round. Like Aldo, Stipe doesn't deserve a rematch. Van Shipman says Van Shipman versus Type 2 Diabetes. Sean Hart says that needs more promotion. Cyborg versus Nunez. Pulse Resurrected says All Thumbs versus Kenshiro.
Where did All Thumbs Down go?
Good question.
What the fuck is All Thumbs Down?
I saw him comment on one of the videos just recently.
Oh, well,
so he's not gone. I think he's still watching. He's just not chatting.
All Thumbs Down. Get your ass back in this chat. And listen, even though if you got exposed or whatever, it doesn't matter. Get your ass back in this chat. Or maybe All Thumbs is Tony.
Maybe he's
think that? Oh, who gives a fuck? It's like the Clue. I don't even care who's who anymore.
We've gotten to the point now where we're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Who cares?
Oh my God, you're this person now? All right.
We spent so much time earlier on trying to figure it out, and we just became mentally exhausted.
How about this? Drunk Savage says TygerLyfe versus Red Bull for the main event
of the evening.
Yes.
UFC 230. Would you like to see that?
Alice Cooper. He went to my high school. Just saying. All right.
Now everyone knows where you went to high school. All right. So here we go. Let's go. Let's finish up the news. Now we're going to open up the phone lines very soon, and make sure you get your questions or your comments ready for the phone lines. Get by the trigger, because you will be on our podcast. You'll be on the audio version as well. So if you want to be a goddamn celebrity, you can drop a donation, link in the description, or you can hit our super chat. Thank you for donating tonight, because honestly, I did not want to go live because it's fucking hot as balls in the studio because we have no air conditioning tonight. So every donation makes us happy.
My upper lip is sweating. Can you see it? Look very closely.
Hold on, let's do JBH cam.
You look very closely.
Show the camera. Show the camera.
Can you see it glisten?
Let me know if you see it in the chat. All right, everyone's dropping their pants. All right. I don't see it, but I do see it. I do see it glisten. You are a sweater.
I'm a sweater.
She is a sweater. For a petite young lady, she is a sweater.
I just have a very high heart rate, so it causes me to sweat more. Did you know that? That's actually a fact. People with high heart rates sweat more.
All right. All right, let's finish up the news over here. We got a couple more stories, so let's blast through those and open up the phone lines.
Okay, don't yell at me.
Now.
Okay. Here we go. Darren Till gives an update on his weight and can't wait to say F you to his critics. Darren Till is 10 days away from crossing the first hurdle of his UFC 228 title challenge against Tyron Woodley, and next Friday morning's weigh-ins can't come soon enough. A behemoth welterweight, Till has badly missed weight twice in the UFC, first tipping the scales at 176 pounds in 2017 ahead of UFC Stockholm, then missing his mark by weighing 174 pounds for his recent decision win over Stephen Thompson in May. Despite that, the UFC awarded the undefeated 25-year-old a September 8th title shot against Woodley at UFC 228. He says, quote, It's shit. It's fucking, I hate cutting weight. I hate making weight. I hate dieting. I'm going to make this weight so I can wait to put up my middle fingers when I step on them scales. I'm in the moment now where I don't want to train anymore. I don't want to eat good anymore. I just wish I had a hamburger in front of me, but it's all sacrifices, and I made a mistake last time. I just can't wait to say fuck you to everyone who keeps babbling on about weight, and he didn't make weight. Fuck Till. Fuck them.
I hope he makes weight because I want to see a title fight for that card. I don't want to see it fall apart. As much as we horse around over here, I want to see it happen, right?
I am going to be so thrilled when he does.
Well, listen, you could do the dance of joy on the casting couch over there.
I will, with no pants on.
Ooh, hey. But, there's ladies in this tough season.
I know. I was just going to point that out, but we were talking about something else, and I was like, I don't know if it's the best time.
Sexy, sassy. So what's going on here? This is the lady season? Or
yeah,
is it
they're
ladies and
men? No, it's ladies and men.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it's co-ed.
There's more men than ladies still, but...
All right. Now, who gives a fuck? Tough sucks. By the way, his TV looks fantastic right now. I'm going to jerk off on it later. So, Darren Till, will he make weight? We spoke about it in the beginning of the show. We're going to touch on it right now. All this stuff that he's saying right now about the weight, I'm sure he's getting a million questions about it. The more I hear him talk, the more I think he's not going to make weight.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't think he's going to make weight.
His confidence
I'm actually very confident.
Surpasses any confidence he had in the past two fights.
He was so confident about in his backyard making weight. Well, this is because everyone's dogging him for the last time. And
he should be rightfully so confident.
Why do you believe he's going to make weight? Why are you what makes you believe
that and he said it himself. He made a mistake last time. He went to a party. He had cake and soda, right? He fucked up. Mm-hmm. It's his fault. He made a mistake. Nobody's saying it's not his fault. But what I'm saying is, I believe that given the amount of backlash that he has received for this fight, especially being a title shot, mm-hmm. I think he wants it. I think he genuinely wants to prove to the community that he can do it, and I think he will.
Nothing about Darren Till makes me believe he's going to make weight. Nothing about it. We've seen him stumble multiple times, and I don't buy it anymore. Here's the thing. I don't buy into this shit. When I call the old Romero thing falling apart and him missing weight, it's getting to the point where there's certain fighters that really try to get that edge, and he's just on that list for me. Now, like I said, hopefully we're not jinxing it. Hopefully he does make weight.
You're not, because I have full faith in him.
All right. If he doesn't make weight,
I will dance
murder Jesse
pantless on the couch.
All right. So if he doesn't, you're going to dance pantless on the couch.
If he makes weight, I'll dance pantless. If he doesn't make weight, I'll dance with pants.
All right. Either way, we win. All right. What else we have in the news?
In the news.
Jesse's working hard today.
No, I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not. So, Actually, I am. Well, okay. I'm just going to stop digging my own hole here.
We have phone lines to be open, so only a couple more comments, topics, and stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Phone lines.
All right. Conor McGregor was offered by Floyd Mayweather training, and then Conor McGregor seemingly rejects Floyd Mayweather, saying, quote, "There's no peace here." Earlier today, Floyd Mayweather appeared to extend the olive branch to former opponent Conor McGregor, and it looks like he snapped that branch in half. Mayweather was talking to TMZ and expressed an interest in both attending McGregor's upcoming title fight with UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 229 and in having the Irishman spend time training at his boxing club in Las Vegas. This past weekend marked the one-year anniversary of Maymac blockbuster boxing bout that took place last August, which Mayweather won by the 10th round TKO. McGregor must have heard about Mayweather's offer because he took to Twitter Tuesday evening to issue a response, saying, quote, "Fuck the Mayweathers, except Senior and Roger. There is no peace here, kid. Step up or step down."
What are we doing with this Mayweather shit? I mean, and then they go back and forth on social media. Mayweather posts something, McGregor. I think we're all done, right? I think we've had enough. You know, Conor, you lost. Shout out to Conor McGregor for getting that payday, going in there, lasting as long as you did, but you fucking lost, almost got knocked out. So I think we've had enough, right? I think we had enough of this shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I don't fucking know. I had enough. I had enough of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I think we should move on. I think we've had enough. Jesse, what do you think?
I think it's another publicity stunt for sure. I don't think Mayweather genuinely wanted to fight with Conor, train with Conor, but it is what it is. You know, Conor clearly turned it down. It was probably something just to get a little bit more attention on their names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, let me know in the chat what you guys think. Do you want to hear about it? Do you want to see a rematch? Do you want to see in the cage or whatever? Let me know what you want in the chat. Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Let's just get to the Khabib stuff. It is interesting, though, that Mayweather said, hey, come to my gym and train. What is Floyd going to bring to the table that's going to help him train against Khabib? Khabib's intricate, why can't I say the word? Intricate.
Striking.
Intricate striking. Like, is that what...
He should have extended his offer to Khabib for striking.
Yeah, it should have been the other way around, right?
Not to Conor.
Or is Floyd just being a dick and just trying to fuck with Conor a little bit? I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just...
But Floyd has...
It's just dumb. it's just so fucking dumb. Like, I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? Like, we saw it already, okay? If you guys got to fight in a cage, cool.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to have a rematch boxing, makes no sense at all. Whatever. But Roberto, what up, Roberto over here? Is now a new MMA hole. Roberto Castaneda. All right, what's up? Castaneda. Let's see what's going on in this chat room. Jess?
Dan Flynn says, I don't care about Floyd at this point. Drunk Savage says, Mayweather would die in the cage. Isaiah Moore says, Ross reborn as Tone E. Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington says, JBH lip sweat for sale on eBay. It is, Gary. It is. Dan Flynn says, Floyd's going to teach McGregor how to stop a takedown. Jay Smooth says, a rematch in the cage is all we want, but since it won't happen, neither should even entertain the trash talk. Boss Kogar says, if Khabib beats Conor, people are going to stop giving a fuck about Conor.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Rose says, I'd probably pay for number 2, unfortunately. Dianetics Truth says, yeah, I want a rematch in the cage. It's only fair. Post Resurrected says, rest in peace, Ross. I didn't shoot him yet.
Oh, let's see some tits. Steven Irons with the pervert cameraman.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air. Flapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Choke my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, be
Pervert cameraman.
Show them tits.
Yes.
Pervert cameraman.
$10 tip.
Let's go.
Pervert cameraman.
Yanni Celeste.
Pervert cameraman.
Show them breasts.
Boobies.
I'm so fucking tired of hearing about Mayweather and Malignaggi is MMA news.
Aren't we all?
Stop already. Points JBH.
Agreed.
How about Steven Irons making the MMA whore talk, playing my favorite donation, the pervert cameraman, and now on Podbean, he's going to be a goddamn celebrity over there as well. Steven, you are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
I love the pervert cameraman. We get to see some tits, some swole music. We get to dance. I love it. Okay.
I love it.
Look at this. We are watching Tough 28 the first episode of the season, and we are looking at wool hats. Okay, cool. So Conor McGregor versus... No one cares anymore, right? No, I think we're done with that.
Yeah.
That bullshit. What's next in the news?
All right.
And yeah, Paulie Malignaggi, by the way. God damn, that even got dug back up. It's like, and then you find Paulie Malignaggi and getting interviewed about the whole thing all over again. It's like, what are we doing? And how about Conor even acknowledging it? Like, Paulie said something on social media, and Conor just jumps out there and is like, yeah, like, what is he doing? Why is Conor even acknowledging Paulie Malignaggi? What are you doing, Like,
because
why?
It's
so
publicity.
Stupid. Yeah, but for who? It's helping Paulie. It's not helping Conor.
And Conor.
Yeah, but it's annoying.
Do you remember the hype that circled around Conor and Paulie when all of that first happened?
That helped Paulie. It didn't help Conor.
Conor's name was still in the headlines.
Yeah, but Conor's...
It doesn't matter who it
doesn't
helped.
need Paulie now.
As long as Conor's name is placed in those headlines, that's all that matters, and it worked.
No,
so
it's
of course
a stupid
Conor's
move.
going to entertain
Conor
that.
makes a lot of good moves.
Are you talking about him right now?
We always talk about Conor. Conor could take a shit
I'm talking
and
about
mic it up.
this particular situation. You are talking about Conor.
Conor can go on Twitter and says, I just took a shit. And it's going to be all over the news.
But he didn't.
He doesn't need Paulie Malignaggi.
But my point
Stop
is...
it.
My point is, this particular situation regarding Paulie, you're talking about Conor. Therefore, Conor got exactly what he intended.
All right, so let me ask you a question. The MMA-Holes are the greatest MMA channel on YouTube.
Now you're talking about the MMA-Holes.
And in the world, right?
Yeah.
And then when other channels come in there, you're like, don't talk about those channels. Don't do that.
Don't give them their publicity. Yeah.
So that's what you did with Paulie Malignaggi. So you just contradicted yourself.
No.
Shame.
How did I contradict myself?
They are the Paulie Malinaggis of YouTube.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Those other channels
Far from it.
are all Paulie Malinaggis.
No, you know why? Because Conor brought Paulie up.
I'm fucking the A side. I'm Conor. They're all Paulie Malinaggis.
What reason would you have to bring up all of the other channels that don't need publicity?
They are Paulie Malinaggis.
But
That's
why bring them up?
I don't talk about them anymore, right? That's it.
Good.
They're the Paulie Malinaggis.
No.
So stop it.
No.
Eat your words. All right, here we go. What else we got in the news?
Good night, Marky Wahoo.
Marky Wahoo, you are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Marky Wahoo.
Sleep well, you beautiful cunt.
All right, Bethe Correia is under another eye surgery.
Pass. Skip.
Aw.
Yeah, no, fuck this.
I worked so hard to try and find something that at least could get a little nibble, not even a full bite, just a nibble, and you just shut it down. Like all my hard work just goes right down the drain.
Yeah, well, pass. I want to get the phone lines open. Fuck her and her mongoloid looking face. All right, so she needs eye surgery. She needs face surgery. She needs a face transplant.
Javier Mendez says there's no way possible to ready Khabib Nurmagomedov for Conor McGregor's striking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we already heard from Khabib's father saying there's no way possible to ready Conor for Khabib's wrestling, but American Kickboxing Academy head coach Javier Mendez doesn't think there's any way he could prepare for Khabib Nurmagomedov to be ready for Conor McGregor's striking arsenal for what he describes as a, quote, classic grappler versus striker fight on October 6th. Mendez believes that McGregor has the best striking assets in the UFC and insisted that he sees the Irishman as a well-rounded fighter ahead of his showdown with the Eagle at UFC 229. He says, quote, to me, Conor McGregor is the best stand-up guy in the whole UFC, in my opinion. The AKA head coach told Neil McGrath on the latest episode of, I don't even know how to pronounce that podcast, says, quote, he's got incredible relaxation. He approaches it like a scientist. He knows how to read you. He knows how to bait you. He knows how to put you right into the trap. And before you know it, you're caught sleeping. He's a master, in my opinion, on the fighting arts, and he's also got a ground game. He's good everywhere. I'm not sleeping on how great he is. I'm prepared for everything, but he is a great fighter.
Javier Mendez puts me to sleep. How about that? Javier Mendez. This guy over here, he's speaking like he's saying something like so inspirational and so what's the word I'm looking for? He's like he's why can't I fucking talk? The heat is getting to me. He's saying shit that everyone else is saying. Like he's regurgitating what everyone. Yes, we know Conor can strike. He's one of the best in the division. He might be I don't know if he's one of the best in the
he's
entire
pretty
UFC.
fucking good.
But he is precise with his striking, and his resume speaks for itself, right? Conor McGregor rose up the rankings, and he fought some studs along the way, and he put him to sleep. He put the doubters at bay. But what are you going to do? I mean, we know this already. We know this. So, and I think Khabib knows this.
You're gonna wrap one on one
there's
shoulder.
Conor right there.
I'm gonna wrap
Flat.
on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Let's talk about how the Giants go scammed out of $95 million. D.
Vlad. Vlad.
Yeah.
Welcome to Podbean.
There you go. Vlad with the donation. No, what is he talking about? I got scammed out of 95
No,
million.
it doesn't matter. This is an MMA show. We don't need to talk about. Don't get him on the Giants, guys. Whatever
talking
you do,
about
just don't even
Odell
bring
Beckham?
up the Giants.
Oh, is that Beckham?
Don't do it.
Is that what he's talking about?
Beckham, by the way, was just re-signed with the Giants.
Was that what is that the
5-year
amount?
Contract.
Is that the amount though? Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know.
95
Is
mil.
that because
I want to know now.
Because Beckham couldn't catch all last season. He
No,
couldn't
no.
catch any ball.
So hold on. Is that how much? I don't know. I
don't know. I have no idea how much his contract is.
I know
he says
that.
Odell Beckham Jr.
All right. So there we go. So no, this makes. Yeah, we talk about that. Chris made $21 tonight. That's right. Yes. All right. Yes. There we go. Shout out to our donators. What's it called? Yeah, Odell Beckham re-signed with the Giants. This is very important news to me.
It's not
'Cause
important.
I'm a Giant fan. What do you mean fucked? You lived in Chicago and you root for the Seahawks.
So why?
That means
why?
you should be
I
banished.
lived in Chicago, root for the Seahawks. Yet all of a sudden, I'm supposed to root for the Giants.
Listen, you root for your home team.
I
If
do
you're a
root.
football fan,
I do root for my home
there's
team.
so many people, by the way. What, Seattle?
No, Cubs. Or I mean, not Cubs. Bears.
Yeah, but no. Yeah.
We're talking about baseball and
Here we
football.
go. Real quick. She has 2 football teams.
I
should
don't
kick her out
have
of the
2
studio right
football
now.
teams. The Seahawks are my main team. All right. If the Seahawks were against the Bears, I would root for the Seahawks. But if the Bears are against anyone else, they're my home team. So if the Seahawks aren't playing, then root for the Bears.
You are not a true football fan if you root for 2 teams.
That's
and
why,
any of you in the chat.
That's why I knew that your player was re-signed with your team before you did.
I knew that. I knew that.
No,
was
you
your sign.
didn't.
You didn't
I
know.
told you because I was listening
All
to
right,
it.
stop before you get autistic. This
Okay.
conversation needs to end because if you root for 2 football teams, you need to be ejected from any football conversation because you do
See,
not
Olympia
count.
says, "Go Hawks! You stay with us, JB."
Yeah, but
I will, Olympia.
He wears his teal jersey like a lesbian, like all the other Seahawk fans, and he roots for one team. So we have to give Olympia props for that. Okay, you wear it like a
Don't
lesbian,
listen to anything he says, Olympia.
and then you're like, "Oh, go Bears!"
Fellow Seahawks fan.
Get out of here. All right,
I
anyway.
don't know what this. I just,
How dare you? I mean, look, Dianetics Truth is a Patriots fan, and he's probably all fucking Patriots. So be it.
yeah.
So be it. He's a Patriots fan. He dies hard.
Why
All
are
right.
you trying to shit on my football game?
You in any sport, and this is a rule to
Like
any
you can't
sports
just
fans.
let me be a football fan. Like you have to shit on it
You can't be a sports
because
fan.
I don't support your team.
No. I don't. You can root for the Seahawks. It's fine. You cannot root for 2 teams.
When
There
when
are
do I
people-
ever talk about the Bears? When?
Uh-oh, here we go. Steven Irons. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Show him. 69 tits showing.
Lying down, 69 dog kiss tit showing.
Lying down with
My tits
In the air, Jesse Bell Hill doesn't fucking care.
Where is my dog?
It's time to make out shove that dog tongue right in my mouth.
Yeah.
Jesse's got her tits showing. Lying down.
69 tits showing.
Jesse's got her tits showing. Lying down. 69
Dog kiss.
tits showing. Jesse's got her
Tits showing.
lying down. 69 tits showing. Jesse's got her tits showing. Lying down. 69
Holy shit.
Dog kiss tit showing.
Steven motherfucking Irons.
You guys want a dance party tonight or save it until Till wins? And if you root for 2 football teams, you need to rot in hell, by the way. Points to MOS.
First of all,
Thank you.
before you go jumping on his bandwagon, and I'm just going to end it here. Before you go jumping on his bandwagon, he says, oh, she supports 2 football teams. I never talk about one of them. I never watch one of them. I don't give a... the only reason that I support, semi-support, is because they're a home team. So, Seahawks all the way.
I agree.
Before you go jumping on Moss's
You're gonna rock one
bandwagon.
on one shoulder.
I agree with
You're gonna
Olympia.
rock- you're
Barry
gonna do
Sanders,
shoulder,
the greatest of all
and you're
time.
gonna need a
What?
fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Make the MMA Hort talk.
Rooting for 2 teams is like saying, I'm not
Why do
gay,
you
but
do
I
this?
still do shit. Lol.
Why do you do it?
Just doesn't work. Not hate, just facts.
It's true. It's true. Do what? They're right. Here's the thing with any sport, and listen, I'm not burning you because you're
You
a Seahawks
are.
fan. Well, easy. Don't go down this rabbit
Just
hole.
let me be a fan of football. Why don't? How about that? Let's
No,
just
no,
let
but
me
this goes-
enjoy a sport however I want to enjoy it.
Okay, so this goes for any sport, okay? I'm just going to give you a little thing.
We don't need a little thing. Let's just move on.
We are going to move on in a second.
We've got
but
like 25
no,
minutes.
All right, so easy. You're sweating. You must have no air conditioning in
I'm
here.
always sweating.
If you're a sports fan of any sport, okay, this is because I grew up in New York where there is 2 teams for like every sport. You cannot be a Mets and Yankees fan. And I know people that have rooted for the Mets and rooted for the Yankees. They need to die. They need to be put up in front of a whole pack of people on a stake, burnt at the stake, because you can't do that. You're either a Met fan or a Yankee fan. Then I know people that were Met fans in the 80s, right? And then all of a sudden the 90s roll around and now they're Yankees fans. Fuck you. You stick with your team, you die with your team. So I learned the hard way growing up. So from this point on, Jesse, you must pick a team. All right, let's see what else is in the news. By the way, not the MMA-Holes, link in the description. We're going to be doing Seahawks reactions, Giant reactions, and other stuff over there. Check it out, not the MMA-Holes. Jesse, let's finish this shit up. What else we got in the news?
We already talked about this one, but Darren Till would fight Kamaru Usman, but understands that, quote, the safe champion is Tyron Woodley's logic. Darren Till says he'll face Kamaru Usman if Tyron Woodley is somehow forced out of their UFC 228 championship bout. Earlier this week, Woodley claimed that he would not face Usman despite the, quote, Nigerian Nightmare being drafted in as a backup for the welterweight title clash in an interview. Till acknowledged that Usman is now simply playing backup for him on September 8th. He claimed that he felt like he is being treated like the only person who has ever missed weight in the UFC following his well-documented failure to register within the welterweight limit for his Liverpool clash with Stephen Thompson. He says, quote, Usman is a backup for me. To be honest, I really don't care. I feel like I'm the only fighter that's ever missed weight in the UFC, to be honest. When we talk about weight now, it's Darren Till. I missed weight. People need to just get over it. Although Usman is on standby for the Dallas Showdown, Till says he has not thought about the replacement welterweight too much ahead of the championship date.
I think that the media...
You're gonna wrap one on one shoulder,
the MMA whore.
on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army.
Oh my God.
Come take them belts off me.
The MMA whore.
Fuck you, give me a raise or I'm going to go audition with Harvey. Faggots.
Thank you very much. The MMA whore jumped in with a donation over there. Thank you. You guys have made it fly tonight with your donations. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And you all are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Make sure you give us a like over here. 10 more likes. We play that annoying song. But Darren Till, it seems like the media is he's very edgy. I mean, either he's going to have a chip on his shoulder and make the weight or fall flat on his face. Mm-hmm. At least if he does make the weight, right, he can really just take that big finger and stick it in everyone's face and be like, I fucking told you I was going to make weight. Mm-hmm. You know? So at least he has that. We get to look forward to that. I hope you can. Darren Till, I know you're watching, because you're a big MMA hole, you know, like everyone on the UFC roster. But Darren Till, I hope you're watching this video, because I want you to stick that fucking big finger in my face. You just shove that finger in my face, shove it up my nose, and say, I fucking told you. That's what I hope happens over there. Darren Till, you better fucking make weight so we get a championship fight. Jesse, anything else in the news?
That is all.
Are you ready?
For?
Are you ready to open up the goddamn phone lines? Because we are live on Podbean as well, so we are a podcast as well. So if you want to get your voice out there on the interwebs, now's your time to do it. I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind. Darren Till, will he make weight? UFC 228 is next Saturday. We want to talk about that and everything along with the topics that we had tonight. We had a lot of topics. Conor McGregor training with Floyd Mayweather or not. Anthony Pettis. Is he going to beat Tony Ferguson? Will Brandon Davis die? Elias Theodoro. Well, this man over here, he's fighting Antonio Carlos Jr., and I don't think anyone's going to call about that. What about Justin Gaethje? Justin motherfucking Gaethje, what's next for him? Is he the real deal? Why are the numbers so low when Justin Gaethje gets inside the cage? No one cares about Bethe. Will Daniel Cormier headline UFC 230? Is that going to happen? I say yes, and UFC 230 is a big topic over here. We do not know what is the main event of the evening for that, and there will be something to be announced versus to be determined is the fight so far. So I don't know. Let's read the chat before the phones get going. The phone lines are open at 516-522-0267.
Steve Johnson is laughing in the chat saying, talk about mouth rape. Stalio2 says, Dianetics Truth, you are the one who has to reach everything, my friend. Stephen Iron says, Jay Smooth, I thought the Ravens signing Flacco to that absurd contract was the biggest joke ever.
773, you are live on the MMA-Holes, Podbean, and YouTube.
All right, I got a few points to make. One, did you see Feely's Instagram post?
No. All right, I'm gonna pull up now. What did he do?
He was crying on Instagram, calling Michael Johnson hit like a bitch. He was just whining about the decision. Thought he should have won, even though it was a really close fight. He just reeks of California punk rock, typical punk kid. I don't like that dude at all. Him and Cody No Love need to leave Team Alpha Male. They're giving him a bad rep. But my second point was James Krause. I thought he should have got the bonus.
Oh yeah, that was a good
knocking
fight.
out Worley Alves. Anders beating that one dude. No offense to Williams, but Williams is a bum. He should have knocked him out in the first round.
All right, thank you for the...
my third point.
What else you got?
Bruce Buffer calling out Nate Diaz. I thought Bruce Buffer was spot on. Nate Diaz is always crying too. He's always, and all his delusional fans and fanboys get off on it every time Nate Diaz says something, and Bruce Buffer he called him out on it. I'm glad he did, because Nate's always crying and whining about something.
All right, thanks for the call. All right, so Krause, yeah, that fight was fire. Krause should have got a bonus over there. The Anders fight, I'm not upset with that. That was fire, that fight. That was fight of the night, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm not upset about that. Bruce Buffer being right about the Nate Diaz thing. She's Team Buffer. I'm Team Nate on this one, so we're split on that. What else did he talk about over here? What did he start with? All right, so Instagram. I'm going to jump on the Instagram of Touchy Feely, and here he is. Am I living in a bizarro world? And I'm going to open up the phone lines again in a second, so get ready, ring away. Touchy Feely, I didn't think it was as close as everyone said. A lot of people, even V-Neck, got to me and was like, man, I thought Touchy Feely won that fight. In real time, I got to watch it again. I thought Michael Johnson deservedly won that fight. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah.
Are you watching Tough?
I'm sorry. I was distracted by this.
Jiu-jitsu?
It's my fault. Sorry. I was watching Tough, and I was watching this guy. He's like a former drug addict, and he said MMA saved his life, and it was just really touching story.
It was a touchy-feely story.
It was a touchy-feely story.
Yeah.
I just got a little too wrapped up in it. It's
Hey,
my fault.
Who is this guy? This guy's a sloppy mess over here. He's a big dude. What
You're
weight
gonna
class
wrap
is
one
this?
on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army
Oh, God.
to come take them belts off me.
Mega Cocktron
Hello, I am
2069.
Megacocktron 69. Bow to my giant robot mechanical dick.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's going to go well on Podbean. I appreciate it. Mega Cocktron 69. So we were talking about Touchy Feely, the first part of the call over there before you fell asleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
I know, I'm just kidding. Michael Johnson, do you think that he deservedly won that fight, or did Touchy Feely get robbed? I mean, a lot of people, including him, thought he got robbed in that one. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is.
I'm not a big fan of saying fighters get robbed. I think the way a fight ends is the way it ends. The only time I will ever say that was Sterling Moraes. That's the only time that I thought a fighter got robbed. I'm not a big fan of the whole robbed thing.
Wait, Sterling versus Moraes?
Yeah.
Where was the robbery in that fight?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
He didn't even mean to kick him that way.
Oh my God, Jess.
He didn't even mean to kick him that way. And it just happened to fall in the right position,
Okay,
and Sterling gets
camera.
knocked out.
All right, you please explain yourself.
I did.
Talk to the tell your theory to the audience, because this is fascinating.
I did. They've
Good.
heard it before.
I know, but
told them. There's people that even agree with me.
But we're now on Podbean, so
What's your point?
This is intellectual stuff here. Look into the eyes of the viewers and explain what you just said about this robbery.
No, they've heard me before. I know what you're trying to do.
No. Maybe it's something I'm missing.
No, it's not. It's
not
just
a robbery.
something you don't agree with.
But that's not a robbery.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful.
Why do you do that?
Do what? Do what?
Can you guys hear the fans in this silent moment?
This is the humming in the background. All right, so out of every robbery in MMA, that's the fight you choose, Jesse. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not even
Because
a
I'm
robbery.
not a fan of saying that fights are robberies.
Okay, but where's the robbery in that fight? He did it by accident, so...
It wasn't even by accident. He just took the win and acted like he completely intended to do that. Why do you laugh?
I tell you what.
Because I have an opinion?
No, I
laugh.
laugh.
You laugh because I have an opinion.
I laugh because that's probably one of the funniest... That might be... You're really thinking outside of the box with this one.
Sure.
You're really like, here's the box and you're on the other side of town.
Tell me more.
So it is fascinating to see how your mind works with this robbery that you speak of. So I like you to keep talking about it because it's
yeah,
amazing
I bet
to
you
me.
do.
Maybe there is some of the community that agrees.
No, you just want me
with
to keep
this.
burning myself alive. That's what you want me to do.
No, you do a good job of that on your own. I'm just giving you a showcase for it. A stage. You could bow in front of the audience. All right, let's open up the phone lines. 516-522-0267. Let's talk about the robbery. Or touchy-feely. I want to know about this. Jessie doesn't, she doesn't care about this fight over here. And I think a lot of people don't care about the fight, right? Michael Johnson gets the win. It was a split decision. I don't know. Kenshiro Ryu live on the MMA-Holes and Podbean. What's up, Ken?
Yo, what's up with Jesse, man?
What's
She's
up
like
with
so
Ken,
jacked
man?
in the tank top, yo.
Yeah, Jesse has the tank top. Now, Ken, our air conditioner went down. It's not working. We have fans on. It's fucking horrific.
Yeah,
over here.
but she's just like reviewing all her roids use in New York City, man. Have her flex for me, man. She's huge.
She is pretty big. Jesse, can you flex for Ken?
What happened to her? Been feeding her like the New York City TRT?
Yeah, she's
Been taking steroids ever since I got here, Ken.
That's right.
No, I'm serious, Jesse. What happened to you, man? You're huge.
Thank you.
Quite the compliment.
You're like almost as big as
Been working on it,
over
Ken.
there, man.
Just for you, Ken.
She's got
you
that.
can come over anytime you like.
Oh.
Squeeze them.
Oh.
Feel them.
Are you inviting me for a MMA-Holes BJJ competition?
Sure.
She's pretty flexible. She'd probably be good on the ground, from what I hear.
I don't know. I think she'll like beat my fucking ass. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that invitation.
Be careful, Ken. She's got that Mexican blood. We know how tough the Mexicans are.
Yo, one more point. She might be right about Tony Ferguson versus Showtime Pettis.
Okay.
If Showtime shows up, and Tony likes to take hits sometimes, if Showtime's foot gets into Tony's face, it might be lights out for Tony because Showtime is a former champion, and he's a Wheaties box, right? So if he shows up, it's going to be lights out.
So you're saying if we see vintage Showtime Pettis, we can get that win. We can get Tony Ferguson knocked off his high horse and a big jump back up for Showtime.
Because Tony, no, he's willing to take hits, but I don't care who you are, right? If you're going to take kicks to the head, you're going to get knocked out.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Ken. Thanks for the call. That's Kenshiro Ryu calling in. Swole MMA Hole, one of our Swole patrons. Thank you for the call. What do you think about that, Jess? He takes your side on this with Anthony Pettis. I got to think this. I should have asked him when he was on the phone. He is a bettor, and will he put some money on this fight? It looks to me that Ken is going to be putting money on Showtime Pettis for that Ferguson fight. Do you think that's a good bet? I mean, you're pretty confident on this one.
I mean, I'm always right.
Okay. 516-522-0267. We have Tough over here. Kelvin Gastelum versus, what's his name? Robert Whittaker. Uh-oh. Stop the phones.
CBD.
We got a donation party. CBD.
CBD. CBD. CBD. CBD. CBD. CBD.
Yes, smoke up.
CBD.
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 Nate Diaz.
CBD. 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 It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you wanted to get these for before or after the fight training and make your life a better place.
All right, here we go.
JBH, when Chris tries to clown you, just make him take a time out on the white privilege couch. Points JBH.
There you go. Steven Irons killing it tonight with the CBD donation. Yeah, maybe you should put me in timeout over there.
It's over. I'm over it. I'm not going to carry a grudge. It is what it is. If it were in the moment, maybe I would say so. But I'm back to liking you again.
Oh, thank you, JBH. Hey, shout out to our sponsors and shout out to the donators tonight, man. You guys are killing it. We are going 12 or 13 more minutes on this show.
Super
Another
chat.
one, super chat. Make Connor fly.
I am half Mexican too, Jesse. Love you guys.
A9 Jewel.
Yeah. There you go. A9.
I love you already just for being half Mexican.
Viva Mexico. Love Mexico. Great peeps over there. And thank you for the donation over there. Making Connor fly with the super chat. Look at that last minute donations coming in. Appreciate it. You're all going to be featured on Podbean. That's right. We are on Podbean.
Do you ever find yourself wanting to say Podbeam?
Yeah, I've been saying it the whole night.
I say it all the time. I'm always saying Podbeam, and then I realize it's Podbean. Not that it's completely irrelevant fact. I wonder if I'm the only one who says Podbeam instead of Podbean.
Yeah. Well,
Like
it is
beaner.
Podbean. And you can go on the MMAHoles.com to find it. We have a little tab for that. Or you can just go to Podbean and click on the MMA Holes. And we pop right up. And there's us with our orgasm faces over there. We are on there with our audio. That's right. So if you're driving to work, you're in the shower, you're fucking your significant other, there's millions of ways to listen and watch the MMA Holes. We are really becoming worldwide phenomenons here. Jesse?
Yes.
That's right. All right, let's take a couple more calls. 516-522-0267. Let me know what you think about Tony versus Pettis. I'm fascinated. If you do believe that Anthony Pettis can win this fight at UFC 229, let me know why. Prove Mystic wrong and back up JBH, because JBH and Kenshiro, they are on Team Pettis. If you are hardcore Tony Ferguson, well, you can call up and say speak your mind then too. We have a fight coming up right now. This guy, how old is this dude? Did you get his age? On Tough? I don't know. Let's see what we got here.
Interesting.
210 live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what is on your minds?
What? What's my name? Hold on, Chris. Don't act like we ain't never got fucked up and buried a body together before.
Did you get a new phone number?
Hell no, I didn't get a new phone number. You got a new set of eyes?
What? Jose, hold on.
Jose.
What's up,
Boy,
man?
I'm back. Dude, hey, there's so much going on in the world, man. I've been busy launching a new company. I'm doing big things, but that's not the point. We're talking about MMA. So much going on in the fucking world of MMA. Holy shit, where do we start? You know what's one point, Chris, that I wanted to bring up, and I was wondering if anybody else was feeling this? Conor McGregor has been away for so long, and even though the fight is announced, and of course, like, everybody wants to see it, for some reason, I feel like he went away for so long with the boxing thing that I'm not fully excited yet.
Stop.
And I think part of it is because he hasn't spoke. Like, we need to fucking hear him. Where's the fucking promotion? I want to hear Conor talk shit. I don't know. Like, I want to hear him. That's more. Him talking shit is as much of the experience as the fight. And by the way, he is gonna fucking KO the Russian. But I just want to know, does anybody else feel that? Has he been away for too long? Did he let himself cool off? Do you guys miss him? I want to hear him talk shit. That's what gets me interested in the fight. What do y'all think?
All right. Thank you, Jose, with the call over there. And
What do you think, Chris?
Well, Jose, me and him, we have a bromance going on. So.
What do you think, Chris?
Well, that's really all that matters, right? Conor McGregor's going to KO, right? Yes, sir. Jesse, what do you think?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I don't exist in this phone call. It's cool.
Well, listen, you know what? You have a lot of simps. Can I have my own simps, for God's sakes? Let me have a simp here and there.
Pretty sure my simps still acknowledge you.
Me and Jose, we have a great time together.
You guys noticed, and I know Olympia noticed because he came up. He said "LOL" to me the moment that
right, no
I
one cares.
recognized it. Jose, Jose, every single time you call, you don't even acknowledge that I exist.
Maybe Jose just wants to talk
Stop
to me,
defending
Jesse.
Jose. This is my moment.
He just wants to talk to me.
You never acknowledge. At least say hi. Hi would be, if you want to have the whole conversation with Chris, have at it. But at least say hi.
Don't make me. Listen, maybe.
Hi, Jose.
Maybe he doesn't like his
Don't
own
defend
kind.
him.
He doesn't like his
Don't
own
defend
kind.
him. Hi, Jose. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe you're a little snippy to Jose. Maybe. Jose is hurt.
See it, true. Thank you, A9 Jewel. It's true.
A9 Jewel. Well, that's true. True. A9 Jewel, who I haven't seen him before, and he jumps in with the super chat, and now he's a swole MMA hole over there. He agrees with Jesse. Jose's the snob. My God.
It is a little snobby. Just say hi. I just want like some acknowledgement.
Well, in fairness, when people call up and say, "Hey, JVH, I want to do this and that to you,"
but at least they acknowledge that you're there.
Well, that's because I'm a mythical creature. You know, I'm like a centaur.
Keep going.
All right, let's take some more phone calls over here. 516-522-0267. We are going. I snorted. We're going 8 more minutes on this motherfucker. TGIW to all the MMA holes. Shout out to our sponsors and shout out to everyone calling tonight. You're all wonderful. Wonderful. I can't see. Unknown caller, you are live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
It's the knitter.
The knitter.
Hello, Jesse.
Hello, Ann.
Chris.
Oh, Ann, you have no idea how much I love you right now.
All right.
I think I just turned lesbian.
Look, you made 12,966 unsubscribe with your little rant there. How dare he leave?
Ann. Ann.
Yeah.
You almost make me want to shed a tear.
And thank you for calling.
And go
and good night.
Seahawks.
Go Seahawks.
Go Seahawks. Thank
Whoa.
you, Ann, for my Oregon. I feel like I should be from Oregon, right? What is it called? One of those people.
What?
Oregonian.
Yeah,
honorary. I'm an honorary Oregon native.
And I'm dropping some
Oregonian.
time on the clock right now for my Sayala versus Green. They are throwing like animals in the first round. As you talk, we're going to just watch in the background. Are you watching Tough this season or no?
Yeah, it's on. I got it on the TV.
What do you think, the black guy or the white guy? Who do you have in this fight?
I don't know who either one of them is, and so I don't know.
How old is the white guy with
The
the
big guy, Green.
Yeah, Green is huge.
Big guy,
He
Green.
is massive.
There you
Oh,
go.
Green opening it up. He's a big dude. How old is my Sayala? He sounds like a fucking erectile dysfunction medication, my Sayala. How old is this guy, my Sayala? He looks like he's got to be in his mid-40s, right? Erectile dysfunction.
He looks old. Yeah.
He does. Jesus Christ. Green's going to fucking mutilate this dude. Anyway, and...
Oh, I think Green's got this. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yes. What?
So what's going on? We haven't heard from you in a while, and now you are live on Podbean. Uh-oh, my Sayala's hurt. How does it feel being on a podcast as well as YouTube? And does it feel different?
Very strange.
It is strange, right? What do you say to our listeners, instead of our viewers, our listeners?
Hey, how y'all doing?
There you go. There you go. Ann H saying, how y'all doing? Let me know on Podbean how y'all doing. Jesse, what do you think of this fight so far? We got two big boys going at it, and the old man's, he's hanging in there.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Not a bad fight, right?
It's fantastic.
Ann H, are you upset to see Tough go?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, as much as I complain
I am.
about it, it is so many decent fighters came out of here. We got some champions coming out of Tough. That kind of sucks. I'm a little sentimental there. But I'm happy with the Contender Series. You know, I think they did a good job with that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Except Contender's not free.
No. And now it's going over to that ESPN Plus shit. Oh, God. That sucks. Are you going to be paying
he's
for...
out.
Are you? NH. All right, here we go. Don't say who it is. We're going to react. We have 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Green with the uppercut, the knee. The erectile dysfunction on his way down, knees, and oh my goodness, what a beating. Why? This poor guy. Jesus Christ, he's getting pummeled. All right, there you go. Wow, we are way behind. We are so behind. He's still catching a beating. All right, so Green for the win. And Jesus, this poor guy.
Yeah. That was, wow.
What a fucking...
I picked the right guy.
Oh my God, that uppercut. We just finally saw it.
That was, wow.
NH.
That was vicious.
What the fuck?
The guy is like, wow.
Oh my
on the ground.
Wow. And explain what you just saw. This beating. Holy shit. What a finish. That uppercut.
Yeah, the guy he went down like wah! Like he was, out like a.
What the fuck?
Lights went out. He gone.
Oh my God. If you missed the first fight on Tough 28, please just watch the finish. That uppercut came right up. And this dude caught a beating. Hung
that
in
front
there.
kick, though.
Yeah.
The front kick.
Well, my chair is
that was a
sliding.
good front kick to the face.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What a beating. And then he got sent to the moon again. Oh my God. It's terrible.
Yeah, that uppercut did it.
All right. Let me stop the... Let me turn and reset the clock. All right, and so what do you think about this? Will Darren Till make weight?
He will not make weight.
Uh-oh.
What? Ann.
Sorry, Jesse.
Ann.
Jesse.
Ann.
Jesse.
I thought I was turning into a lesbian.
What do you got? What do you think the people are watching?
I don't think he will. He won't. He hasn't made it. He won't make it.
More importantly, Ann, what do you think about Jesse's sweaty boobs?
They're not sweaty.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Why do you always poke
No
fun
comment.
at me? Aim your fun somewhere else. They're not sweaty.
No, I'm just saying. Sometimes.
There's no comment.
All right. So you're saying he's
Well,
not
you're
making.
sweaty, Chris.
I have sweaty boobs too, and they're hairy too. That makes it even worse. I don't want to talk about everything else that's sweaty, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
The
saying.
air conditioner was already broke after you just got it. You said.
Could you believe that? We actually went to the place today. We picked up 2 loud fans, And you could probably hear it in the background. Fans aren't the same. It just doesn't do the same thing. Oh, well.
MMA fans are good, though.
MMA fans. Yes, you're right. I like that, Anna. Quick thinking.
Wonderful.
All right, Anna, any last words to Podbean and the YouTube viewers?
Just stick with the MMA-Holes. It's the best show on YouTube. Oh, and now on, casting out Podbean. Yeah. So, listeners, watchers,
Thank you, Ann. Appreciate it. Ann, have a great night over there.
Love you, Ann.
We got to put Ann on the casting couch, right? We got to put her on the casting couch over here, right?
Yes.
Do some tricks. I mean, sit in. Mike H on one side, Ann on the other side. Hit me up with the ones in the chat if you want to see Ann H on the pot. I want to see a lot of peeps on the casting couch. Once we get a cover, we'll do that. So now they're showing the girls square off over here. Which team was that? The big black dude?
The red team.
He's on Whitaker or Gastelum?
Whitaker.
Whitaker?
No, Gastelum, sorry.
All right, Gastelum gets the first win over here. Tough 28. We're going to go through. So each week, we're going to have it on the background. So far, so good. I didn't watch the episode, just watched the fight. But Jesus Christ, that knockout was vicious. Jess, what do you think? Every Wednesday night, should we just have it on the background and pay attention?
Yes.
All right, you're really into. You like. I think you're a closet Tough fan. You don't even need sound. You're just mesmerized by Tough. She is a big Tough fan over here.
No, I'm not.
All right. We got a lot of ones in the chat. Did we ask a one question? I guess. Oh, yeah, we did for the casting couch. All right, or I don't even know. All right, thank you so much for hanging with the boys, right?
Hanging with the boys.
We got through it. We sweated to the oldies, or the MMA holes. We sweat through the MMA holes over here.
The
We got through
oldies.
The MMA oldies. And we did it. We made it through. Podbean, what up? We're going to upload this, right? Fuck it. Let's do it. So go check us out over there on Podbean. You can listen to the audio. Drop in the comment section if you like it. We'll keep it going. Check out our website, the MMAHoles.com. That's right. That's where this message board gets cringy and wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to check out to see if anyone dropped it over there. BLT, slide into my DMs or I'll hit you up on the Discord, the private Discord, part of our patrons. I'll slide in and see how we can get you that wonderful, wonderful. You deserve a wristband, for God's sake. You got a sweater and all that fun stuff. So you definitely deserve a wristband. And there is the cringe. There is the cringe over here on the MMAHoles.com. TGIW to all my friends and family. We'll see you Friday night for Fuqua Friday. But tomorrow is PFL.
Is it?
Yeah. So we'll be reacting to PFL. Hopefully we'll have air conditioning then. Come back for that. Thank you to the donators. Thank you for the likes. Hey, let's go 6 more likes. What are we doing over here, Jesse? Talk some sense.
1,
into these motherfuckers.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let's get 6 likes. Let's play the song one more time. We're going to read a couple more comments and wind this down. We're giving you a chance. Will we get to 80 likes on the MMA Holes TGIW?
I see it happening.
You see it? Let's go. Here we go.
It's time to get cringy.
Whoa! Evil! Steven donations! Steven donations! Holy shit!
I love this show. I have people waiting at the bar for my birthday and I'm watching the MMA Holes to completion.
Whoa!
You are awesome.
Steven Irons, MVP of the night right there. Happy birthday, man.
Crazy.
How old are you? Let us know in the chat. The evil donation.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Steven Irons. Happy birthday to you.
A buzzer beater donation over there. 2 more likes and let's play the 20 like song. A buzzer beater donation by Steven Irons. You
35.
Wonderful.
He's 35 years young. All right. That's the good years right there. 35. To me, that's prime. You know, a lot of people say mid-20s. 35 was fantastic for me. And it's sad that I have to say was. It's ridiculous. But yeah, 35. Happy birthday, my friend. And anyone else's birthday, happy birthday to you as well. All right, let's read a couple of things from the chat. We're going to wind this thing straight down. We need 2 more likes. Let's do it. Let's even it out. Jess, what do we got?
Stephen Johnson, happy birthday, bro. Drunk Savage is dropping a birthday cake present and a couple of confettis in the chat. Michael Anzalone says, happy birthday, Stephen. Almond Bro 74 says, now that's an MMA hole. Van Shipman says, happy birthday, Stephen. Sean Hart says, good show again, Chris. Don't let your missus walk into a cringe corner. Jay Smooth says, happy birthday, party hard. Smiley face. Post Resurrected says, my gun is taller than Gavin.
Ooh.
Harvey Weinstein, I'm 30 and hate it. Ann H is smiling in the chat saying, happy birthday, Stephen Irons, with a birthday cake. Dianetics True says, post resurrected, blast yourself.
Hold on. 20 likes.
20 likes. 20 likes.
Fuck the 20.
20 likes.
Yeah.
20 likes. 20 likes. I've got
We did it! I've got fucking 20 likes. Shout out to all you motherfuckers over there dropping those likes. Thank you so much. And if you get a chance, share this with your friends. Say, you want to join this community? It's free of charge. You just fucking click that subscribe button, and now you are instantly an MMA hole. I love this fucking shit. I live for this shit. I sweat for this shit. And that's why we keep coming back over and over again, because of you peeps, the MMA holes. Jesse, last words.
Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.